hello, hello. Here we are, back again. Sven, ja, dankeschön. Thanks for the wishes. Arnie, hello to you. Joey, hello. Voyager, moin, wie geht's? Bernie, Leipzig, yeah, Bremen is also nice and wintry, I can tell you that. Cannon Plug, hello to you. Georgie, hello. Neon Wings, hello to you as well. Sorry for the long pause from our last stream, but you can still hear it in my voice. I'm still recovering from a really hefty cold. I mean, I don't want to call it a flu, although it had flu-like symptoms. So it's been 8 days now, and I'm still not recovered fully. Hannes, hello. My wife's even worse. My wife's still got a really bad cough, and so she's still fighting. But anyways, happy to be back again. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you all had a good start, and I do hope you're all feeling well. Frohes Neues, Cody, to you as well. And Dirk Kala, hello to you. Happy New Year. Yeah, Bernie, it's weird. I mean, I don't recall anyone in our immediate kind of inner circle family having a cold like that, but I mean, I've heard people having COVID, not in our family, but you know, friends. But yeah, it wasn't COVID. I tested for COVID. It wasn't COVID. So, and you know, one thing I kind of got upset about is I had the flu shot and I had the COVID shot, right? But it didn't help. It didn't help at all. Mark, gute wie geht's? Mark, have you finished your fast? Yeah, swapping map. I don't often have fever, but with COVID I did. I did have a.
Good evening, BB and chat and happy.
Hey, LH Virtual, trust me, LH Virtual. I'm so sorry. I did read your message again yesterday, and I started getting the answers ready. I will have those answers regarding the 787 stuff probably tomorrow. Okay. I've just been so sick. I honestly I had no energy to sit at the PC. I just couldn't concentrate. Yeah. Holger, moin to you as well. Iowa Scotsman, nice to see you. Big shout out. And Ghost, nice to see you. How am I feeling? I'm okay. I kind of it's kind of, you know, you the feeling when you know from the flu or the cold that you've had the worst is behind you. It's not not completely, you know, done, but you feel like now you know, things are improving, right? Hey Peter, happy New Year to you as well. And Easy, nice to see you. Wie geht's dir? Easy, I hope you had yeah, I hope I had not too crazy duty times. And Abiyama, hello. It's lovely to see you guys. Great to see everyone here. Well, Ghost, we drove down to friends near Frankfurt, and somewhere we I think my wife caught it somewhere, and then she kind of infected me. So yeah, my wife had like 2 days prior to me. So yeah, but anyways, cool, guys. I'll tell you what, let's get started because exciting stuff. You can see passengers are boarding already. So we are, of course, flying around Europe because right now, as you probably know, things are crazy in Europe regarding snowfall. Let me just have a look at the weather chart. It's interesting that the last bigger winter storms that we had, I mean, you know, the ones that really disrupt you know, flight schedules that badly and interrupt traffic on the roads, etc. Hasn't been there for ages, right? Yeah, Amsterdam, I heard about that. They had lots of flight cancellations, right? And they ran out of the icing fluid. So the last time I heard an airport running out of de-icing fluid was in 2010. I was right in the middle of it in Frankfurt. 2 days I had to endure the craziest slot times and the weirdest kind of operational aspects and issues. And luckily after that, I've never had that again, because I thought, if that's the norm going forward, I won't reach retirement age. No way. So it was so stressful and so crazy. Enough of snow. Yeah, Voyager, I mean, you up here, right? You're up here, and you guys, I think you've been hit really, really hard, right? So crazy stuff. And Cabo, hello to you. Nanak, thank you so much. Resubscribing for 66 months. Nanak, thank you so much for that. And also Zegrabor coming in with 26 months. Zegrabor, thank you so much. That's a very long time as well. Thank you so much for your support. And Lulapilot, hello. I have an exciting announcement to make today, guys, regarding spicing up some streams. Not all streams, but some streams. I'll talk about a new concept that I think would be interesting for you guys. Yeah, to spice up things from time to time. Yeah, kind of plug. So the whole thing really is this. This is low pressure. Here in Germany, they call it low pressure ELI, and in UK it was called differently, right? So the UK has a different naming of these low pressure areas, but here in Germany they call it ELI. Voyager, yeah. No. So it's a little feature. It's a feature that I'll demonstrate in flight for you guys. But let's get preparing. So as you can see, it's a low pressure area that has been moving from this morning. The first time I watched it this morning, it was near Cornwall. So the center of the low pressure area. And then it moved. I'm trying to get an animation there, but it doesn't seem to work. Oh, there it is. So look at this. And the meteorologist, hey, Easy, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well, Easy. And Easy, regarding your app, I need to see how I can properly integrate it better in the stream somehow. Right now, what's it called again? The AirPlay. So I could try to do it this way. So I'm not sure, guys, if you've seen the this app somewhere else, because it's officially been released. Let me just open it up here really quickly and then show you guys. Yeah, Cass, absolutely. The thing is, here in Europe, we've not had, especially in Germany, we've not had a really bad winter since 2010, right? Yeah. And I guess it kind of catches people off guard here. They're just not used to it. No joke. Friends of ours sent us a picture from a supermarket nearby from this morning. Shelves were empty. You would think the world is coming to an end. You would think we've got COVID, version 2. No toilet paper, no bread, no fruits, nothing. Everything's just completely... Like, guys, it's 1 day of snow, for crying out loud.
How are you doing? Hope winter hasn't hit you too hard yet.
Hey Dennis, thanks for the 42. And well, winter, it's really blowing, snow around. It's really windy here, and that's why we're flying to Bremen. Because it should be interesting for some topics regarding cold weather operations and some spicy approaches. So the idea is, guys, today we're gonna fly from here, Munich, up to Bremen, and then do a normal turnaround in Bremen, and then fly to Frankfurt. That's the idea for today's stream. Right. So. And I hope my voice will hold. So this is the app I'm talking about, and this is a simulated EFB regarding Hey Adam!
Thank you for your kind donation, and please join us on the captain's table.
Adam, thank you so much for the €7. You got your class 1 medical after 6 months of ABR supervising. So happy. I'm very happy for you, Adam. Thanks. That's brilliant.
Got my class 1 medical after 6 months of LBA.
I know
so
what you
happy.
mean, right? And I know people. Well, we know one of our friends also streaming, Real World Pilot Sven. He's waiting for a long time as well to get better. And then, you know, once you've done, you've got the okay from the doctor, then the Luftfahrtbundesamt, so the German aviation authority, takes ages to get the license back out again, right? Yeah, easy, absolutely. I agree. They were, you know, the news outlets were going like, you know, crazy with the, the storm, and it's okay. You know, it's okay to warn people, and maybe think about them staying at home, right, doing home office or taking a day off from work. But yeah, I think they overdid it again, right? Yeah. So guys, so this is a lovely app, and this is something which is cool because this would be something a lot of pilots actually use IRL. As an example here, the cockpit preparation checklist, right? You know, you just go read it, and then you just tap on it, and it, you know, it gets green. Checklist complete, right? And it jumps to the next one, just like the real stuff. You also have SOP stuff, right? Cockpit preparation stuff to help you prepare the aircraft. Operational stuff, operational data. So let's have a look. Yeah, some nice synoptics regarding you know, hydraulics, and then required equipment. Cat 3 is something we would work with all the time. Fuel penalty tables in case of some failures, etc. So lots of stuff there, and also then OEBs, so operational engineering bulletins. Whatever comes up as an issue and it's being handed out by the aircraft manufacturer, in this case Airbus, where pilots would have to be and airlines, and then pilots would have to be informed really quickly because of a system anomaly that that has to be fixed, but will take some time to put it into a checklist. This is called so Easy. So Easy here, Easy 887 is the developer. And maybe you can quickly maybe post the link as well, Easy. Hey Tom, how are you? All right. Yeah. So yeah, and then you could click on the OEB, and it will give you a procedure, right? So just do loss of RMP data synchronization leading to loss of control of radio communications. That was an issue. Some airline had it, and then Airbus decided to bring out the OEB, and then pilots will get a list of OEBs. They will brief that, and you know, first flight for the day, and then for the rotation. And then they know that, you know, that they've read the last OEBs, they're up to date, etc. And Easy, as far as I understand, Easy, you are expanding stuff in here as well in the future. And this is nice because this is working on my iPad right now. So this is actually very nice indeed. Cool. Alrighty. Aircraft is loaded. We're already logged into VATSIM. So, quick briefing, guys. As I've just been already telling you guys, it's going to be a bit spicy today. So, the flight normally isn't complicated or, you know, in any form critical. Going up to Bremen. Bremen Airport is simple to fly and land on, apart from the only 2,000 meter long runway. But usually in good conditions, it's not an issue, right? The issue is, though, that we have some spicy weather. And I just showed you guys the low pressure area, which is actually stationary. it's not really moving. You see this? It's turning and turning, but not moving significantly. And the problem is, it's bringing up warmer air from the south here, right? So here you will have temperatures, 6, 7, 8 degrees plus, right? So Nancy has 4 degrees right now. Here we've got 5, right? Frankfurt Airport even has 5 degrees plus at the moment. So, no snow there. However, we've got very cold air to the east and the north. So right now, look at Poznan. It's -10. Wrocław is -6. Berlin -6. Right. Bremen. Bremen right now is at -3. Right. So as this low pressure area is turning and bringing up these very moist, humid air masses towards the north, it cools down and starts to form snow. And so here we actually have a rotation where it's just moving, right, and just keep on bringing up snow from the east. So we've had very extensive snowfall, and the meteorological offices, or the meteorologists, they expected the low pressure area this evening to move much further south, which hasn't happened. So potentially tomorrow could even bring some more snow up here, up the north. So yeah, and very strong winds. I think just about a few minutes ago, I checked the latest weather, and it was like, yeah, look at that, almost 30 gusts 30 knots. So that's why you have blowing snow. So very challenging conditions. You could say that maybe the only positive here is that it's very cold and dry air, right? So you won't really have much problems regarding runway contamination. Of course, well, blowing snow, drifting snow, but it's not going to cling to the surface much, right? It's going to move off, and so that, at least that's a positive. And the brake in action should be actually pretty good. Hey, Avimar. And okay, so Easy says regarding the app, A330 CEO and A340-300 support will be given at the end of the month. Nice. That is good news. Hey, Jilend, hello. The SIGMET chart. Okay, we'll have a look at the SIGMET chart in a minute as well. In this case, let me quickly go through some SIGMETs here. Currently, we've got severe icing, freezing rain, right? Probably a little bit more to the east, but apart from that, Munich itself right now +3 degrees. Yeah, I'm not seeing much snow at the moment, so here we are okay, and I don't think we have to de-ice right now. We'll have to de-ice in Bremen, obviously, but we're not here in Munich. Bremen, and this is the thing, right? So you've got -3, 993 hectopascals, 2.5 kilometers of visibility, light snow, and the forecast is calling for 3,000 on average until tomorrow noon. Light snow, drifting snow, and then prop 40. Easterly winds, gust 35, 900 meters, light snow, blowing snow, overcast 100. Now, could be a challenge. Right now, they've got scattered 1400, but potentially it could go into Cat 2 conditions in Bremen, right? Hanover, the alternate. I mean, this is an alternate IRL I wouldn't really want to take. The only thing really you could say is that it says becoming 1800, clear weather really. So they're expecting the bad weather to move out. Hanover is here, so I think they're expecting this part here, kind of the clear skies here, to move in. And so calling for no significant weather later on, right? Yeah, Hamburg, I mean, the way this front is moving, Hamburg could get potentially some more snow. You can see that moving up. So Hamburg is not really good alternate either. I'll stick with Hanover, but we have to watch the... Oh, really? Oh, Pilot 16, thanks so much for the update. So Lufthansa 356 Frankfurt Bremen decided to turn back. Okay. I'll talk about my observations this morning. So obviously I was excited we don't get that much snow here in Bremen, not at least the last 10 years. So I got up early, 6 o'clock this morning, and I thought, wow, let's look outside. And there was, you know, crazy blizzardy kind of conditions, snow blowing. Hey, cargo pilot, greetings to you. And so I was watching the flight radar 24 for Bremen Airport, and I knew that Bremen Munich flight was departing, and also to Frankfurt, right? And I had an interesting observation. I'll talk about it, and then maybe my views. I'm not sure if that was the reason why the Frankfurt was delayed and Munich wasn't delayed, but I'll give you my insights on that later. But yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting condition later on, right? Let's have a quick look at weather charts here. SIGMET right now, okay, moderate icing. Yeah, here again you can see the low pressure area here. I'm gonna have a bit of tailwind going northbound, which is fine. And tropopause. So level 300 is what we filed. Might get a bit bumpy there with the tropopause being there, but we'll see. If anything, we'll ask for higher levels. Tom. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, you have a 1-year-old daughter, Tom. That's lovely. Yeah, time is precious. I agree, and it's great to see that you're spending it with your daughter. It's something you will look back on later in life. Very important stuff. You went to a drift session with your dad. Nice. It's still snowing. Yeah, here it's crazy here. Doing a flight from Paris to Bremen, diverting to Hanover. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Aviamar. Yeah, I know what you mean. Cool. Good. Okay, guys. So what I decided that I did take some extra fuel, obviously. Potential runway closure. Maybe we have to divert to a different alternate airport. So I decided to take about 45 minutes extra for Bremen. Trying to balance things out, trying to get the aircraft not too heavy. Expecting to be landing around 62 tons, 64.5 is max landing weight here in the A320. So we've got a bit of a buffer there as well, that's fine. I mean, IRL, if I were to fly to Bremen, then I would already do some calculations, right? So I would say we're expecting 62 tons landing weight, right? We're going to take a flat full medium auto brake, and you can see the potential issues, right, already. So with brake connections 3, we are already over the LDR, so the factored LDR. So max manual, no help, obviously, with that braking coefficient. So I would say, I mean, this is already pushing it. So good medium is literally the maximum. So this will be something I would already take into account, right? So unfortunately, I don't think I have an ATIS for Bremen, although I could try. I'm not sure what time they open in Bremen. Let me have a quick look at my flights. Let's have a look for arrival Bremen. Let's go for ATIS, Iveo. Iveo? Huh? Why is that Aveo? Normally it would be VATSIM, wouldn't it? Oh, it's offering whatever's available. Is that a new feature? Never seen that with Aveo before. Well, that's cool though. I mean, at least we get Aveo ATIS. Something, yeah, this is something I've witnessed IRL. There are airports that will give you the actual latest braking coefficients. Bremen Airport doesn't release them on the ATIS per se, it seems. So you would have to ask Tower. Or maybe the real world ATIS has the brake coefficients there. I don't know, but this is a bit weird. I also checked the NOTAMs, and on the NOTAMs, you would normally get a snow tam, so a runway report. But as far as I could see, yeah, nothing there either. So they're keeping it completely sealed, what the runway conditions are like. Voyager, I checked that as well. I know what you mean. So on the Navigraph app, I know that you have when you go to airport, it gives you the option to go to ATIS and then real world ATIS, but I think it didn't have anything. I'll just check again. Bremen, weather, ATIS, real world. No ATIS available, it says. So yeah, not there, unfortunately. Okay, anyways, we know that in Microsoft Flight Sim, it's not a big issue anyways. I mean, Microsoft Flight Sim doesn't simulate braking coefficients. So, you know, it's more theory than practice here in Microsoft Flight Sim. But we will return to X-Plane soon, so we can mess about there as well. But anyways, I was just stuck on, you know, in these conditions, hey Calum, we would already on the ground check our landing performance, and that way we'd already have a good idea on what the maximum, the minimum braking coefficients would be available for us. Okay, so we can definitely say good, medium, so 4 is the you know, the lowest we can go. As soon as it gets to medium, that's it. We can't land. Right. So even with max reverse, and I've already addressed the issues with max reverse calculations. Okay, I can take all thrust off here, but I always have a bit of an issue regarding calculating landing performance with both reversers at maximum. The reason being is that especially when it's slippery, you may not be able to use both reversers, right? And I know there's buffers in those calculations, but you know, we talk about legal requirements here, and I don't know. I've you know, from my life experience, if you max out your landing performance, meaning you won't have much time for flare, you're gonna have to apply braking immediately, including, you know, max reverse until you get to taxi speed, right? I don't know. As soon as one of those factors doesn't work, your whole calculation, you know, breaks down, and IRL, I'd hate to be in that position. Good. Anyways, for now it's fine. We can accept that. So now let's have a look quickly at the init. Right. Hang on. What's happening? Oh, let me do the over panel first of all. That way we know. Like, I want to take strobes off, obviously, because otherwise it starts blinking here on VATSIM. Just a quick fire check here as well. Calum, Happy New Year. I hope you're doing well. Also, Elich Virtual, you asked, is it possible that our crew today landed the 320 Sharklet on 25 right without any reverse? You mean technically, or because it was broken, or that they didn't open the reversers? What's the background to that? Hey Avenger, wie geht's? Avenger, thanks so much for the 79.
Good evening at Blackbox 711 and chat.
Good evening to you and Happy New Year. I hope you're doing well. Nice to see you. Right, let me try that again. Init request. Ah, there it is. Okay, so we are called Lufthansa. Well, and I'm using, let me just see, do I have, where's my other display capture here? No, that's yoke. Oh, there we go, stare out, there we go. So I am using the full shenanigans there again regarding my hardware setup. Now I'm going to take this out for now. There we go. So Lufthansa 74 Whiskey goes in there, and then I'll check the EFB here. We're sitting to see engines, but didn't see any reverse opening. Okay, unusual, I would say, because normally pilots would always at least go to idle reverse, right? Simply because reverse activation takes a few seconds. Now, they were probably thinking, again, it's just speculating. They're probably thinking, you know, if the runway is contaminated, they don't want to blow up contaminants. But if it was just a wet runway, then maybe they had an issue with the reversers. And maybe that's why they didn't open them. But again, it's just speculation, so hard to tell. But usually SOPs means you always open reverser after touchdown. Unless you have a technical issue. Oh, Nanak, yeah, I know. Waiting times are crazy, right? Did you order from the European website? Minus 55. Not too cold up there. Ground temperature here was... let's have a quick look. Ah. What's the temperature? +4. Good, okay. Yeah, so the thing is, let me just quickly draw that then for you guys. Now, I'm sure I showed a little file not too long ago, but it's going to be hard to find it quickly. But in principle, right, let me just do that real quickly. So, let's quickly draw an aircraft. Right, so here's your aircraft. Right, try not not make it spicy. Careful, we've got to be careful with these days. Right, here's your engines. And we have a lot of wind from this side, okay? So we have, let's say 30 knots wind. Now, when you apply reverse thrust, right, it will have a vector opposite to thrust, right? It is thrust reverse. So we have a force acting forwards. The problem is that with a crosswind, the aircraft will tend to weather wane into the wind. Right. So when it's slippery, you're going to have an issue regarding reverse thrust. Right. And so if you apply reverse thrust on a slippery runway where the traction on the wheels isn't too good, the aircraft will try to weather wane into the wind. And so that's why you would then have to put the reverse thrust back to idle power, stabilize the aircraft, get it back on track on the runway, and then re-engage reverse thrust, right? But that means your whole calculation for the landing performance isn't correct, right? You're going to take more landing distance that way. So that was the idea, or that's what I was talking about. Hey, Devilius, how are you doing? Oh, you live in Schleswig-Holstein. Nice. Okay. Oh, you have a flu as well. Yeah, I'm just still recovering. And even right now, I'm still feeling like I've got a bit of a sore throat. It's a nasty flu. Right. Anyways, stop whining. Right. Stop whining. We can already enter the final values here. Yeah, Devilius, and for me I'm on day 8 now. I didn't have a high fever, luckily, but yeah, cough, blocked noses, crazy. Right, let's have a look. So we've got 58.1 zero fuel weight, which is what we are planning with. Is it correct? Yeah, 58.1, exactly what we're planning with. And yeah, loaded here as well. 32.4 it says here on the load sheet here. No, 32.4. Zero fuel weight CG, so 32.4 goes in there. We have a block fuel value of 6.5. 6.5. I'm going to request the wind data here, and then the alternate is Hanover, and Hanover from the flight plan is requiring how much fuel? It is requiring a fuel of oh, LH Virtual, are you still here, by the way? I've got a question for you. Here's 1 ton extra. I'll enter that in here, 1 ton. So that's updated. Oh, and another thing, if you are seeing a little bit of ghosting, it shouldn't be much. But I changed today to, just for trying it out, DLSS 4.5 to see if that works properly. Okay, so LH Virtual. If you just joined Lufthansa Virtual Airlines, and you say you got your home base, let's say Frankfurt, and you want to do your first flight, do you have to depart out of Frankfurt, or can you fly from other airports as well? Oh, jump seat. Ah, thank you. There we go. You see, I'm sure it's in the manuals, right? Oh, that's cool. So you kind of simulate jump seat with a different crew, if you like, to go to Munich. Cool. Yeah, that's excellent. Like that. Okay, cool. Next as well. And Gaby, hello to you. Happy New Year. Okay, guys, thanks. Yeah, Devilius, I'm interested to try out. Yeah, to see what it has. Yeah. Quanda Vias. That's a good question for LH Virtual here. Right, navigate update. We have data. Let's check. Do we have all the wind data now? Active winds, climb, cruise, descent winds, all in. Fantastic. Let me get my clearance, shall we? We've got ground, and we do have DCL. Fantastic. So let's go. ATC request pre-departure clearance, and then let's have a look here. Oh, hang on. I didn't do the init here. Hold on. Flight init. Yeah, I didn't do that. Test. Okay, LH Virtual, fantastic. Yeah, so that's interesting. Okay, cool. ATC request. Right, pre-departure clearance. There we go. Gate number. What gate are we at? 219 Bravo. Okay, 219 Bravo. Put that in there. Station is Munich. Echo Delta Delta Mike. And I'm going to put in Moin. They love that here in Munich. Oh, ATIS information. ATIS information. Lima. Moin. Send it. Yeah, I know. But I think the ghosting has now. yeah, delay already confirmed, yeah. Yeah, I'm annoying the controller. QNH is 997, let's dial that in, 997. Before I forget, that's already syncing up, fantastic. And I think we're going to be level 70 from the clearances, so 70 already put in. Hey Yoda, moin. And Yoda, how's the situation in Amsterdam? Man. Crazy stuff, right? Crazy stuff. Hey Brad, nice to see you. Happy New Year. Yeah, no worries. It's just a cold. I mean, but it's a you know it's a man flu, right? So much more serious than any other flu. It was +5 today. Yeah, we got -3 at the moment. Yeah, man flu is deadly, right? Yeah, and there's no joking about with that. And Master Death, fantastic. Right, it's we've got clear to Bremen, 26 right, input to Delta. So let me put, sorry, to November. Let me put that in here. So 26 right, input to November. Checked. Insert. Squawk 1000. Okay, let's do that here. 1000. I'm just gonna make that a bit brighter here. Yeah, Brad, I've been fighting with it for a week now, or 8 days actually, and still fighting. 121-780 next set, and oh, I have to. I guess I need to. Oh, hang on. Normally they would give me the link here. Yeah, there we go. VATSIM. Ay. There seem to be a lot of airports now that do that. With the TOBT, etc., etc. So, here's Munich, and then... Oh no, that's just briefing stuff. Hey, Brit Bear. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm just going to call in ready in a minute. So Wilco, let's send that off. Make sure we get the reply. And then we'll have clearance confirmed. Bremen Airport, it's going to be arrival ILS 9 Zulu, and the OFP says it's a Verit 3 Papa, but we just enter the Verit transition here. So that should be the 09 Alpha transition. Let me check that here real quickly. So plan. Yep. Oh no, hang on, the Bravo then. Southbound. Yeah, there we go. So that's transition. Fantastic. Cool. Let's insert that. Oh, we need to send again. Oh, oh thanks. Avima, thank you. Yeah,
2173, I read you 5. Can you read me?
Yes, pushing for Apollo facing south.
Good. So we've done that.
Correct.
München, April, there was a 5 Juliet Whiskey number 3.
How's ATC too loud or?
5 Juliet Whiskey, April, hello, gate 254 via Delta 1, Echo 2.
254 Delta 1, Echo 2.
It's a bit loud, isn't it?
5 Juliet Whiskey.
I see that, yeah.
München, wunderschönen guten Abend. Die German Wings 9126, Lima on board, request Alpha clearance zu Venezia.
German Wings 9126.
Yeah, I've dialed it down a bit now. Right, good. We've got clearance received, clearance confirmed. So that closes the loop. Fantastic. Just make sure they don't have any discontinuities. Total distance 357. And 339. I guess that's because of the longer transition there. But that's within limits, I would say. Good. So now, RATNAV. It's an RNAV departure, not really needing anything there. And secondary copy active. And then let's get our app in here. Thank you, Senshai, for the update.
Ready for taxi.
Brilliant stuff.
Taxi
And a big, if you guys, use this this app or these infos, do me a favor if you can. If you find any discrepancies regarding heading,
correction, taxi November 4 via
ILS approaches, whatever, right?
Echo 2.
Give us a shout, please, here on the stream or in Discord. We now have the ability to change these values really, really quickly. So that way,
hello, information Lima, standard approved, cleared to Frankfurt. Give me 1 November departure, flight plan route, climb via Sitza level 70, squawk 1000.
Yeah, it is excellent, I agree. Good. So we have a quick return, Echo Delta Delta Mike. And we'll do that with ILS 26 right, no star and no via. And then for the engine out, I'm just going to put in a runway track. I'm one of those lazy people that don't bother with whole shenanigans regarding making waypoints so that I can fly NAV mode. I've had so many training engine failure sessions in the sim that track mode with the autopilot is just easy enough to do. So, but you feel free to do whatever you want.
Ground, good evening, Ivory 6 Charlie Uniform, stand 184, request clearance
260-25
information Lima.
And that's it. Performance.
Standby, Nordflight 7014. The traffic has crossed you.
Yes, I have, lad. Yeah. I've had have had some really contaminated runways, and I've had actually on even taxiing.
Ivory 6
had
Charlie Uniform is
where I
ready
opened the
for
reverser, but regretted instantly.
information Lima.
And started drifting and then closed the reverser again to regain control of the aircraft. Let's do that. Right, sync load sheet, we have 64.3. Just check that, 64.
Pristina, startup is approved, Pristina, Valor, Sierra departure, initial level
5 degrees, 996.
6600,
Just in case something changes in the next couple of minutes. We'll have a pack off takeoff, and here,
Roger, 6650,
26
Ivory
right,
6 Charlie
it's
Uniform.
always advisable to have a look for intersections. So, that's the departure. So for taxi out, we can try Alpha 4, so we don't have to taxi all the way out. So that's what I'll do.
Push approved facing south.
So we'll go Alpha. Hang on. This is runway 26 right. There it is. How do I get back here? Hide. Oh, what? Hang on. I went to disregard. I went to 08. Last time I was here was 08.
Alpha
yeah,
6,
goes.
requesting taxi volume 188.
Yeah, so we want Alpha 12.
188 for taxi clearance.
Alpha 12. There we go. So 2,780 meters. We'll use that. So that's a shift 1,200 meters.
Gate
gives us 62 flex. Very good flex still.
Running 188, negative.
Let's send that to the end.
For taxi clearance,
happy with that.
call tower 118.705.
Good.
For taxi clearance,
page.
call
and then we'll do a quick briefing, shall we?
tower 120 decimal 50.
EVP 112 tree with Echo. Request taxi for takeoff. South departure.
No. I must have hit a button.
EVP 112 tree, taxi to and hold short of runway.
It's a different aircraft, that's not us.
Taxiway Echo Tree Bravo Lima, uniform Echo
Anyways,
tree Bravo Delta Tree Bravo Lima, uniform Echo Alpha Echo 2 Sierra 8 Sierra Bravo 1 Tree Bravo 1
Let's have a
4.
quick look. Documents,
Contact
checklist.
tower on 118.705 when ready.
How do I stop that? Right. I pressed a button regarding ATC, call ATC or something. Hey, Captain Beerbear, good to see you all. Happy New Year to you. And Bronco, hello to you.
Did you hear my last transmission?
How do I switch it off? No. Hang on. Very quickly. Sound. It's sound, right? Let me get sound and hold on. How can I? Is there a way that I can assistance? ATC. Ah, there we go. Hang on, that's.
Mission Servus, Lufthansa 7 Victor Kilo, Alpha 1, correction, Alpha 213, correction, 213 Alpha, that's push start.
Sound.
7 Victor Kilo, apron hello, push and start approved, facing north.
Cockpit or?
Push and start approved, facing north, Lufthansa 7 Victor Kilo.
Sound characters. Oh, this one here.
Tower,
okay, thanks. Thank you, Icebird, hello, and thank you so much. Right, there we go. Good. Briefing. We are flying Bremen, Munich to Bremen. Have a A320 CFM Sharklet version. Technically, no issues. All good. And we ordered 6.5 tons of fuel, which is correctly inserted. Then departing, taxi out 26 right. We finally found the correct runway. So we're going to push back probably on Whiskey 2, and then it'll be Delta.
John Ring final 126 ready for taxi.
That should be. Yeah, so that should be Delta 1. So Whiskey 2, Delta 1, November 4. Usually we get a frequency change here. Okay, nice, Voyager. Dankeschön. I'll check in a minute. Then November, and we can offer Alpha 12 if it expedites. No hotspots there whatsoever. Departure route is the input to November. It's RNAV coded. So we're flying 1900 feet. Delta Mike 066, max to 20 knots until that waypoint. Then we turn right, Delta Mike 064, 065, and input. All correctly programmed. Initial climb level 70, and sector 4,000 feet. Temperature is no issue today here. Extra fuel, yeah, 45-minute extra fuel for Bremen due to the weather there. In case of engine failure, straight out, runway track, up to 25 mile if we need to. Acceleration is in 3,000 feet. Yeah, 3,000 feet acceleration height. So 3,000 goes in there. And we have NADP 2, 2490. 2490 is now set. Yeah, we'll clean up, climb at least 4,000 feet, radar vectors back to the field.
Ready for
26 right, 4,000 meter long, no problem. And we will be
taxi to stand 181 via Whiskey 1.
Below max landing weight already.
Taxi to gate 181
Good.
via Whiskey 1.
Any questions? Threats, specials? Yeah, Ghost normally, I mean, I would keep it simple, Ghost. So if you're departing to the north, so if you're routing Ghost northbound, it'll be 26 at the northern runway, so 08 left or 26 right. If you're going somewhere to the south, then yeah, it'll be the southern runways. It's literally that simple. Here on our airport infos, we have some infos regarding speed restriction, and this applies, for example, here. We have to maintain 250 knots until this waypoint, unless ATC says differently. And that applies also if you're already above level 100. So let's say you're climbing very fast and you're already here at level 100. You can't accelerate unless ATC allows you to do so. Right. You're expected to maintain 250 until this waypoint, even if you're level 200, let's say. Okay, very important. Good.
Facing south on the orange line.
All right. In this case, we'll read the checklist.
Push and start, orange line approved. Ivory 6 Charlie uniform.
So we have gear pins, covers removed. Fuel quantity we have 6,440 kilograms balanced. Seatbelts on. ADIRS, NAF, Power F 997 set 3 times checked. And that's the cockpit preparation checklist complete. Alright, that's cool. No, I'm not going to say moin. I'm not going to be that mean. München, guten Abend. Grüß Gott, die Lufthansa 74 Whiskey, stand 219 Bravo, information Lima, fully ready.
Das war 74 Whiskey, München Apron, guten Abend, push back approved, startup also approved, facing north on Whiskey 2.
North Whiskey 2, push start approved, thank you, Lufthansa 74 Whiskey. Blimey, that was great.
Apron, hello, B-Lines 9 Oracle, Victor, and 307.
Oh, well, hang on, let me do the following.
Victor, Apron, good evening.
So I do
I call you, German wings 90126. Call Tower 120.505. Bye bye.
120.505 for German wings 90126. Danke für den Service, schönes Wochenende. Tschüss.
Ja, auch schönen Tag und schönen Flug.
London 9 Tango Kilo, request taxi.
London Tango Kilo, taxi entry November 4 via Whiskey 2 Delta 1.
Let's do that.
Taxi to entry November 4 via Whiskey 2 and Delta 1, Lufthansa 9 Tango Kilo.
Carsten, hello.
Villa 9 Echo Victor, taxi to gate
right,
308 via Whiskey 2 Delta 3 and Echo 3.
Oh, we can do that.
Whiskey
Yeah,
2 Delta 3,
good,
Echo
so
3,
let's read
stand 308, 9 Oracle Victor.
before start, park brake.
Hello, 7 Victor Kilo, request taxi.
Set.
7 Victor
Take
Kilo,
speed thrust,
traffic in front, taxi entry November 4 via Whiskey 2 Delta 1.
Flex 62. Windows doors.
Entry November 4 via Whiskey 2 Delta 1, Lufthansa 7 Victor Kilo.
The beacon is on. Fantastic. Oh, it's nice, Carsten. Yeah, same to you.
Push and start is approved, facing north. Condor 3 Pavote.
Ghost, I don't want to get delayed. I'm not that brave. I'm not that brave. That looks all good. Start switches all good. Fantastic. Right, so we're going to do North Whiskey 2.
Release parking brakes, please.
Brakes released. Ready for push.
Commencing push. Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push.
9 Tango Kilo, Tower 118, dismiss 705. Bye bye.
Zoom in a bit here.
118.705, Lufthansa 9 Tango Kilo, bye.
Lufthansa 7 Victor Kilo, same to you, Tower 118.705. Schönen Flug, ciao.
118.705, Lufthansa 7 Victor Kilo, danke, tschüss.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Engine start. So we've done the checklist.
Apron, hello, reach 4 by 5.
So we've got good pressure. Fuel pumps are on. Let's start engine 1. Yep, start valve open. Fantastic.
The stand 181 with all off, Boeing 180.
Yeah, Carsten, it's fine. I mean, you can always ask comment in German. I don't mind.
Bye bye.
But indeed, I'll answer in English. Wow, that's really laggy today. What's happening here?
Could new subscribers please make your way to the
So I'm using DLSS 4.5.
Complimentary drinks, snacks, and premium flight entertainment will be served.
But VSync isn't working with that stuff, so it's a bit weird.
Big thanks, smile, perfect content.
Hey Stepke, hello. Oh my god! Okay, so let's hang on. First of all, Stepke, thank you so much for the 34 months. Much appreciated. Why is it so...
The one Sierra Charlie Apron, hello, gate 162, straight ahead, whiskey 1.
Gate 162, straight ahead, whiskey 1.
quiet.
Gift from me
No one
to you.
touch on.
Starting engine
Enjoy
2.
the gifted sub.
And LH Virtual Aviation gifting 5 subs. That's really kind, LH. Thank you so much for the 5 again. And you may be interested in later in cruise when I make the announcement, because this is one of the topics that it affects.
Please set parking brakes.
Apron Lufthansa 111 requesting applications to Frankfurt information
But I'll tell you
Lima
about
on
it
board.
so once again, thanks so much, LH
24
Virtual
Alpha.
Aviation for the 5 gifted, and anyone that's been gifted,
So
those that have been
111
gifted.
Apron, good evening,
Please say a big
Lima
thank you.
correct, startup approved, cleared for Frankfurt. Give me 1 November departure, Lapland route. Climb via SIT to flight level 70, squawk 1000.
Good, let's do the after start flows.
With Frankfurt ready, give me 1 November departure, and then asphalt, climb via SIT, flight level 70, squawk 1000, Lufthansa 111.
So the 110, repeat correct.
Neutral, full left.
Apron, hello, November 1, Juliet Victor, with 80 information, request for clearance.
Full left, full right. Yeah, we're in contact. Also, I've been contacted, I had a little chat with Riva, also the German pilot that's live streaming. And we may do also a shared cockpit in the not too distant future. Alpha, hello, Happy New Year. Thanks so much for the 45. Alpha, greetings. I hope you're doing well.
Runway 26 left.
Right, let me see. I need to tell GSX that we've
Squawk 66.
got a good engine start.
Cockpit to ground.
Got that.
We have a good engine start.
Still loud? Okay.
Checking information, Mike. Startup is approved.
Oh, why is that
Cleared
25?
the destination via input to Sierra.
Okay, hang on.
Flight plan route. Squawk 6661 and climb via SID flight level 70 November 1 Juliet Victor. 1 Juliet Victor, respect.
Yeah, the thing is, I didn't realize
Charlie Uniform request taxi.
that, yeah, this resets all the sound in
Charlie
the
Uniform
pilots.
taxi to entry Sierra 6 via Whiskey 1 Orange and 5.
One more thing, guys, really quickly.
Taxi entry Sierra 6 via Whiskey 1 Orange
Again, I'm
and Charlie
trying
5.
out DLSS today in quality mode, and I've limited the frame rate. I mean, if I do that to 30, it goes to 60, but I'm just going to take out the limit. Yeah, Tony is his name. And Reynolds, moin, Brennert.
Hey Captain, good evening, and also a very good
Dankeschön, Reynolds. Happy New Year to you as well, Brennert. And Sunday, if you're available Sunday for a shared for a group flight, I would have time then.
Runway 26 left, flight plan route, climb via SIT to flight level 70, squawk 6667.
And 102 months. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Brennert, thanks so much. Good. Wait for the all clear signal. There he is. And so we go with the after start checklist. Anti-ice not required right now. Ecam status is checked. Pitch trim, it should be down 0.5. Which it is now. And rudder trim neutral. After start checklist complete.
Lufthansa 714, radio check.
Lufthansa 714, no flight plan 5.
How's ATC now? And Tuxu, hello. Is ATC okay, or?
Yeah, neighboring. Hello, Lufthansa 6 Bravo here. Lufthansa Kilo Bravo, April, gate 224, Alpha via...
Alpha, you had tearing issues, okay. Perfect, okay, thank you.
224 Alpha.
Good evening, Sierra 16 uniform information, Mike requesting Manchester 340.
Much better, okay, cool. Thanks for the feedback.
6 Yankee uniform, Apron, hello. Started approved, cleared Manchester, give me 1 November departure, flight plan route, climb via SIT flight level 70, squawk 3117.
This is just 16 uniform, clear the station outside, ready, give me 1 November departure, mission 7000 feet, squawk 3117, City 16 uniform.
6 Yankee uniform, issue climb flight level 70, correct. Break Ivory 6 Charlie uniform, tower 120.505, bye.
120.505, thank you, bye-bye. Ivory 6 Charlie uniform.
Lufthansa 7 for Whiskey, request taxi.
So 7 for Whiskey, taxi to entry November 4 via Whiskey 2, Delta 2, Echo 2.
Whiskey 2, Delta 2, Echo 2, and the entry November 4, Lufthansa 7 for Whiskey.
Running 223 on frequency.
So slight change of plans. So Whiskey 2, Delta 2, Echo 2, November 4.
First Vueling 223. So then the Yoing 5.
So we got right side clear,
Mike,
left side clear.
Bremen. Give me 1 November departure of Lapland route, climb via SID flight level 70, squawk 1.
Let me know, guys, if you find the head tracking too annoying. Let me know, then I'll change it. Brake check.
Yoing 5 to Yankee lead, correct. Brake, Vueling 223.
Vueling 223, holding point Alpha 4, request to taxi to rate.
Vueling 223, stand 182 via Whiskey 1, spread ahead.
Taxi stand 1 via Whiskey 1, Vueling 223.
So here's Delta 2 telling us that we're going to Echo 2 here.
Stand 182 via Whiskey, Vueling 223.
Control 3 Papa Delta information waiting for the inbound traffic. Setting inside, Condor 3 Papa 10.
Tuning Johnny, I've gotten the Tobii eye tracker now. It's version 5, I think it is. I bought it my own money, no sponsorship. So I paid for it myself, and I do like it. And it says eye tracker, but
Lufthansa 111 ready for push and start.
But I've turned off the eye tracker. I'm actually using the head tracking right now.
Push and start facing north, Lufthansa 111.
Which is good.
November 1, Victor, request taxi. Vueling 223, start your taxi now, please. You're blocking the entry. I have outbound traffic.
Tim, thank you so much. 18 months. Dankeschön, Tim.
November 1 to Victor, taxi entry Sierra 4.
Thank you for the kind words, Tim.
The best this flight sim community could ever get.
Vielen Dank, Tim. Dankeschön. Thank you so much for that. Right, is there another frequency? Tower, right? 20505.
Hello, Lufthansa 4 Mike Yankee at entry point 07.
Lufthansa 4 Mike Yankee, Servus, gate 245 via center 2.
Right center 245, danke, Lufthansa 4 Mike Yankee.
Lufthansa 7 for Whiskey, Tower 118.705, ciao.
118.705, Dankeschön, tschüss, die Lufthansa 7 for Whiskey.
Condor 3 Papa Hotel, you said traffic inside. When the traffic is joining the stand, taxi entry November 1 via
München Tower, guten Abend, grüß Gott, die Lufthansa 7 for Whiskey, November 4, entry able Alpha 12.
Lufthansa 7 for Whiskey, München Tower, hello, taxi to holding point runway 26 right via November and Alpha 12.
November Alpha 12, holding point 26 right, Lufthansa 7 for Whiskey. Right, he's a bit loud again, right? Let's dial that down just a tad. Yeah, so someone's asking regarding how I would taxi IRL. So we have this tiller. Can't really see it right now, but that's a very precise kind of hardware that allows us to turn the nose wheel up to 70 degrees, 74, somewhere in that region. While we can also use the rudder pedals to steer the aircraft. However, with the rudder pedals, I think it only goes to 7 degrees left and right. So for smaller deviations, smaller corrections, we just use the rudder pedals. But for bigger turns, we use that so-called tiller. Airbus pilots, hello to you. Micro asks, how does head tracking work with sim single monitor? Well, the thing is, the tracker is below the monitor. It has to be below. It can't be above. That's one of the restrictions, which I wasn't aware of either. But that's where I have it set.
Thank
you.
Well, Brennelt, the thing is, the ultimate goal, Brennelt, as you know, is to stay on the taxiway, right? So the larger the aircraft, the bigger the bigger you're gonna have to lead, right, or actually overshoot. So whatever is necessary is what you need to do, right?
Not yet inside, I will receive Charlie uniform.
Alright, cabin is ready.
Lufthansa 7 for whiskey, ready when reaching?
Lufthansa 7 for whiskey, affirm.
Lufthansa 7 for whiskey, wind 25 degrees, 11 knots, via Bravo, via Alpha 1 to runway 26 right, cleared for takeoff.
Okay, we keep it rolling via Alpha 1 to clear for takeoff, 26 right, Lufthansa 7 for whiskey. Okay, so taxi checklist. Okay, thank you. Flight controls checked, flap setting, config 1+F. Radar, PWS, on and auto. Engine mode selector is normal. And ECA memo takeoff, no blue. Lineup checklist, takeoff runway is our 26 right, Alpha 12.
November 1, Victor,
TCAS, TAR, pack 1 and 2 off, and that's the lineup checklist complete. Right, are you ready? I mean, shortcut, a small shortcuts, yes. So you can deviate a little bit off the center line. But again, you know, not too far. You're just not allowed to hit anything, right? Good. We are ready. Let's get the chrono running. And here we go. Takeoff. There should be icing, so we shouldn't really have to do any engine run up. Yeah, engine spooling up. Looking good. Takeoff. Manflex 62 SAS runway auto thrust low. Thrust set.
I will receive uniform, traffic now short final. I will receive uniform, reset traffic inside. I will receive uniform behind mentioned traffic, line up runway 26.
Q1, rotate.
Landing traffic, line up runway 26 left behind uniform.
That's right. Gear up. Enough.
Lufthansa 74 whiskey identified. Unfortunately, nothing further to advisory 1 to the 22 blue.
22.8, Dankeschön, schönen Abend, die Lufthansa 74 whiskey. Right, thrust climb. Out blue. So, 22. Right, set. One thing I like with the performance here, you know, panning around with the head tracker is actually really smooth, which is nice. It's obviously a lot more natural. I remembered. I remembered for once. Right. Let's have a look here. Airspeed flap 0. Speed is checked. Flap 0. And right we go. 220 is the speed limit right now. Good. 30-degree banks. Yes, yes, yes. I'm on it. I'm on it. Yes, good. Alright. Now we can speed up to 50. Standard. Cross-checked. Overshoot there, nothing too bad. Speed out star. Let's get the autopilot on. Hey, chain reactor, moin. Happy New Year. Good. Out star. Then checking the TCAS. There's inbound traffic. So I'm going to stay here at 70. I don't want to get in conflict with that traffic. Our lights are on. So turn those off. And then let's have a look. Yeah, I can see him here. At least that's a traffic. Yeah, I'll stay here for now. I'm talking about the Toby. It's called Toby eye tracker, but it has both. It has eye tracking if you want, so you could keep your head still and just move your eyes, and your screen would move. But I find that somewhat distracting, so I just have the head tracking active right now. So whenever I turn my head, it feels fairly natural. So I can look up, I can look down at the pedestal. So that's the idea. Oh, okay, hang on. LH Virtual, let me check that. Hold on. Oh, you were on the flight. Ah. Okay, you were on the... I thought you were on the ground or something. Yeah, Mountain Marmot. Yeah, me too. Good. I think the traffic has passed. Let me check. Yeah, he's passed. So now let's go to level 300. So we got thrust climb, Mount Blue. Okay, got it. Gotcha. Good. I'm going to dial down the sim sound just a tad. If it's okay with you guys. Yeah, then I don't have to shout so much. Let me know if the sound, the sim sound is too quiet, then I can change that. You can see, I'm not sure, so I think OBS will show a bit more ghosting than what I'm seeing. I am seeing a little bit of ghosting on those numbers here. However, not as bad as it used to be. But on the ground, while we're turning, it was somewhat laggy. We did get these micro stutters, which I'm not happy with, to be honest. I'm going to try TAA again on the next flight, and then see if that's any better. Direk, you landed with crosswind 25 left and Lex. Nice. GG's. And a 350 as well. Well done. Yeah, especially with crosswind. Very nice. Alrighty, let's get the lights off. Seatbelts. And that's that. Then what we want to do here is I'm gonna clear everything out of the RATNAV here. So flight plan, fix info, clear. Then secondary copy active, RATNAV is clear. That is all set. Fantastic. I can show the settings. Hang on. Oh, hang on. I can do that here. So I can go here, Toby, and then settings, hardware settings. If you make a screenshot, that's what I'm using. I'm not saying it's perfect, but I have a feeling here in Microsoft Flight Sim that is working okay. Which preset do you use, Alpha? You know, on the NVIDIA app, you can choose, the preset A to Z or something. I'm using M. Yeah, Ghost. Apparently, I'm not sure about laptop, but I'm pretty sure I heard that. It should work on a 2000 series as well now, correct? 3000 for sure, but 2000 as well, I think. Hey Roy, Happy New Year. Yeah, that's true. It's a bit different if you fly GA or airliners. I agree. Yeah. Yes, Ghost, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You need the latest. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. You need to have the latest NVIDIA driver, 100%. Okay, guys. So regarding the announcement, I was thinking about my last 2 or 3 months of streaming, right? And now it gets spicy. It was spicy for me, right? So there's been an amazing amount of support, and I'm talking especially not only for those that are subscribing or being a member on the channel, but also, as we've seen today again, people gifting subs, right? Porsche giveaway, no. So I was thinking to give a little bit in return, right? And to make the stream interesting. So here's the idea. Right, you can tell me if you don't like the idea. Please tell me, and I'll forget about it. But feed cam, you guys know. So we know that there's fantastic add-ons. We have many add-ons that allow us to do failures, right? And Riva, Tony, the other streamer on Twitch, Reworld Pilot, who flies the A350 and the A380, he does something where he spins a wheel, and yeah, Unglücksrad, right? Cool feature. So I kind of copied that, but I changed a little bit the whole procedure. So it took me for the FENIX 2 days, several hours each, to program a spin wheel. Okay. And I have literally all the failures that are available in the FENIX. I am planning to expand that to the PNG 777, probably the iFly 737, and the 747 when that comes out, right? Wheel of Misfortune, yeah. So there's other aircraft that I want to do this with. Now, how and then I thought, well, how do we go about this? Because I know that Riva, so Tony does, I think every 10 minutes he spins the wheel once, right? So you keep adding failures. Now that's a cool idea, but I thought, well, how can I combine this to make the stream a little bit spicy? And then of course by doing that, going through those failures, explaining about the systems, and then we all can learn a bit more about these amazing aircraft that we have, right? Stream Tandoori. So my idea would be the following, guys. It's just an idea. So when people you want to see explosions, I hope it's not going to be that bad. So here's my idea. For one gifted sub on YouTube or on Twitch, it would be one spin of the wheel, okay? Hold on. It's not starting just yet, okay?
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Infotainment Experience.
We're not starting already, okay? Just explaining things, okay?
Thank you.
Because I have to put in some restrictions. Captain Nutella, thank you so much for the gifted sub to Just Joey. Yeah, exactly. So, good. Okay, you can see that 3 gifted subs on Twitch or on YouTube will give you 3 spins of the wheel. Okay. Now, 5 gifted, and we just seen 1 5 gifted today. 5 gifted would give you 1 failure that you can choose, right? So you can go and have a look at all the list of failures. And there's a document on the internet somewhere, or look into your FENIX failure list. There's lots of failures there, right? You can choose any failure, and I mean any failure you want. Okay. And then plus 1 spin of the wheel, right? So for example, LH Virtual would be able to do that, right? He would be able to choose 1 failure and then have me spin the wheel once, okay? Now 10 gifted subs gives you 2 failures to be you can choose and 3 spins of the wheel, all right? And then 20 gifted, 3 failures you can choose from that list and 5 spins of the wheels. Now literally, if I do that, I mean 20 gifted literally means very likely the aircraft will fall out of the sky. I'm going to lose a wing or something, right? So that's the idea, right? Now, please, I'm not begging for gifted subs, anything like that, right? You're all wonderful people with you know, so generous mindsets, right? It's just over the past months we've had lots of gifted subs, which is a huge support for the channel, and I always find it somewhat, I don't know, not enough just to say thank you, and I really mean it, you know, from the bottom of my heart. I'm really grateful, but I'm thinking that on certain flights now, I'm going to have to limit this concept to aircraft that allow failures, okay, and allow me to do the spin wheel for these different aircraft types. The second thing is, we can't do that on certain flights. For example, on the flight today, Bremen to Frankfurt, right? Yeah, because I know that someone who's very knowledgeable would be able,
ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard
to give me, like Bruno, for example, to give me the craziest failures.
Thank you.
That would really cause me issues. And the thing is with VATSIM, I don't want to disturb, you know, other people. I don't want to disturb the controllers, and I don't want to disturb, you know, other pilots, you know, calling in Mayday every flight, right? I think that would get me banned from VATSIM anyways. And Stonewolf, thank you so much to you as well for gifting a sub to Mountain Marmot. Thank you so much, Stonewolf, as well. Thank you so much for that. Ah, the traffic there. You think it's too cheap? 3 gifted subs, 3 spins will engage you 1 hour. It depends. It depends. So I'm not going to do the failures right now, okay? We're just going to play around a bit, okay? So let's pretend. So LH Virtual, hang on, let me give you that. So LH Virtual, assuming that today would be the open, you know, spin wheel, okay? So one failure you would be allowed to choose. What would be a failure that you would choose in this case? The things that Aviamar, random failures, they don't happen, you know, in a certain time frame. You know, random failure is okay, but you know, you can fly around for hours and hours and hours, and nothing happens, right? So the idea is, you know, as a little, you know, sign of you know, gratitude. Yeah. So, but Aviamar, that's the thing. In the FENIX you can. In the FSLabs, it doesn't work that way. And I'm not sure with the PMDG. Right. So this thing here, let me just demonstrate. Okay. So let's say LH Virtual. Let's say you give me, let's say you give me IR3. Okay. So let's go to navigation, and then you would fail IR3, okay? I would do failed, apply. Okay, that would be your chosen failure, okay? So now I have nav IR3 fault, no actions. So clear nav, clear, and status IR may be available in attitude, cat 3 single only, and so on, okay? That would be it. Now, because he gifted 5 subs, there would be, how many spin wheels did we say? We said 1 spin of the wheel. Okay. Now be aware, I have programmed about 200 failures, and not many of them are actually really time consuming. Right. So I'm going to spin the wheel now. Okay. I have no idea what that is. WHC 1. I don't even know what that abbreviation is. So then I would have to go in here, search WHC. Oh, window heat. Which I know it's window heat control. Yes, now I remember. Window heat control or windshield heating. Yeah. So that failed, apply. Okay. So now we have anti-ice left window. And we're getting some radar returns as well. No action items, so clear anti-ice, cleared, status, just in systems. Left windshield heat and left window heat. You get the idea, right? So that's the thing. A lot of failures are very benign, right? There's not much going to be happening, okay? Now, I am aware that... Yeah, I'm aware that, of course, with the gifted subs, so like 5 or 10, that people will choose potentially... an engine failure, engine fire... whatever, right? Which will mean, or a failure that means we have to divert, okay? There's no... Well, there may be a circuit breaker. Yeah, there's lots of circuit breakers. Exactly, that's the question, Avimar. The only thing I can do... Now, if you're gifting a sub, you don't have to give me a failure, okay? Or you can say, no, I don't want you to spin the wheel, okay? You can say that if you want, right? Yeah, the thing is, I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to appeal to my audience to stay reasonable, okay? Now, don't get me wrong. Beg for mercy. Now, don't get me wrong. If you... And Mr. Egan, thank you so much for the tier 1.
Blackbox infotainment experience. New subscribers should now pick up their pass to first class. Thank you.
Yeah, so I honestly I don't want to limit the amount of failures. However, I know that things could get crazy. You know, hype train, etc., right? So I do know that yeah, potentially it could mean that we won't reach destination, okay? If that should happen, then I may have to restrict things. Now, the whole concept, and that's exactly what Stone Wolf just wrote, right? The idea is to learn. Yeah. Yeah, Kugelblitz, similar, exactly. That's what I said. I saw that on Reva's stream, and yes, I copied it if you like. But I'm doing a little bit of a different thing to it, right? Right. Okay. You could do like a make a hold. I could. I would, for now, what I would like to do, I would just appeal to your well, how should we say? Well, I'll just ask you to be reasonable, okay? Meaning that, let's say we have someone gifting five subs, okay? So then that person gets to choose one failure. Now that person chooses, for example, hydraulic green leak or something, right? So let me have the, how can I... Yeah, let's fix that. Let's do that. That's that. I'm gonna fix that as well. Right. So when someone, you know, the idea is this. So someone is really wanting to learn more about the green hydraulic system, okay? And then it says, I've always wondered how you would deal with a real, or how in the real world you would deal with a green hydraulic failure, right? Now, a green hydraulic failure is something bigger. Means that the whole procedure will take a bit more time. Okay. So it will be good if you could then, you know, if you think, oh, I need to give Black Box another failure, at least hold off until we've handled this first abnormal, okay? Because, you know, it doesn't make sense to have like an engine fire, hydraulic green loss, a cargo fire, all at the same time, okay? because then I can't really explain much. Right? So the idea is have a failure, and then I'll treat it exactly as I would do it in real life. Meaning, today, for example, if you gave me a hydraulic green failure in these conditions in Bremen Airport, then I would do the procedure, and then I would go ahead and go into hydraulic systems, green system, low pressure, right? And that very likely is going to be flat 3 for landing, if I'm not mistaken. And then I would say, landing distance, even with braking action good, doesn't work anymore. So then I would actually divert. Right? I would not land in Bremen. Okay, so I would get in contact with VATSIM control or whatever, and I would then have to divert. So potentially, what you can do, you could say, okay, I'm going to wait now until black box is in the approach, and then I'll give, let's say, I'll give 5 subs, and I'll choose an engine failure on final approach. So that way, I'd have to abort the approach, do the procedure, explain what I'm doing, a little bit of system background, my thought process, decision making, etc., and then we would together, make a decision, and then act on our decision, right? Yeah, Dennis. Well, I mean, Now, what we can do, if you want, we can, from time to time, we can do a flight where I'm not on VATSIM, and then you can give me, 5, 6, 7, 8 failures, whatever, right? We'll spin the wheel 10 times. I have no problem with that, right? The only point I want to make is I will stop if I get the feeling that the aircraft will lose control, or I will lose control of the aircraft, right? If my experience tells me with these failures, for example, failing all 3 hydraulic systems here in the Airbus, right? That's 99% crash, okay? If you can only use differential thrust and, to steer the aircraft, I mean, it's just, not really... I mean, what you can do, Gilend, what I would accept is you would give me a dual engine failure, however, allow me to restart one engine. Okay. And you can set that. You can actually do that here in the FENIX. So, for example, if I go to power plant, didn't I fix that? Yeah, I did. Power plant. You could tell me, right, you want to have 1 failure with damage, so I want you to fail engine 1 with damage, and on the number 2 engine I want you to just fail it, and that means that we can try to restart it. Okay. I mean, yeah, I mean, sure, if you're not on VATSIM, I mean, I would also be able to do the challenge, like 2 engine, and then do a glide approach onto some airport. Sure, for demonstration, knowing that the success rate is probably not the highest. I mean, it's a challenge, right? That's what it's about. But again, in the main objective is really that not just here in the Phoenix, but all aircraft that are allowed to do these failures. And there's quite a number of aircraft that allow you to do failures. And that way we can learn more about the systems, right? How often will this be? I mean, it depends on how often I'm streaming. But I would say, yeah, we could do that regularly, yeah. Yeah, Ghost, exactly, right? So, you know, the idea would be not to, I mean, sometimes you can do that. You can try to get me, you know, into the worst situations. I don't mind. But what I would like to see, you know, most of the time, is that you think about a scenario. You would say, I've always wondered, you know, you're flying somewhere. Let's say today, we're flying to Bremen. And then you say, well, now I'm going to fail you engine anti-ice. What do you do? Right? So I'll talk about a little bit about the procedure. I'll talk about the system architecture, right? And then we look at the weather, look at our options. So we you know, we do the whole thing: facts, options, risk, benefit, make a decision, execute that decision, and then check from time to time if it's still valid. We'll do that. Yeah, so that would be the idea. Yeah, to use. Now, again, just for demonstration, let's spin that again, okay? So that you guys can see. Oh, ouch. Whew. Right. Now, I would have to do that, okay? And I don't honestly know. Gear locked up means you would find out, of course, any approach, right? Now, I wouldn't do it now, right? Because right now, I can only kind of activate it. But you will notice it when we try to lower the landing gear, right? So yeah, I would know, you know, it wouldn't be a big startle effect because I would know that's going to happen, but still, I would have to go around, do the procedure, look at the fuel, etc. And the idea is that the alternate gear extension theoretically should allow us to extend the landing gear. Now, I don't know how the FENIX simulates that, so if it doesn't work and we can't lower the landing gear with alternate gear extension, then we would have to do a belly landing, right? Yeah, so that's my offer. That's my offer to you guys. Again, you know, if you're being so generous to gift subs, right, or donate money to the stream, you don't have to give me a failure, or you don't have to tell me to spin the wheel, okay? You can, right? But you don't have to. That's the idea. Offer accepted. Mission tolerance. Cool. Good. What does it mean? It means that for me, I actually have to learn a bit more again about certain systems and certain aircraft, right? To keep myself a bit more up to date. Right, let me see. I'm surprised that I'm not really getting pinged here to contact an en route controller. It's kind of strange. Where are we? We are near, it's just south of Hanover. I don't see myself on the map now for some reason. But transponder's on, mode Charlie's on. Okay, there's no en route. Okay, it's weird. Yeah, I'm looking at VATSIM radar, and it's I don't know. It's got a dark green box around it. I'm not sure if they have control. Oh, that's FIS. Okay, thanks. Oh, that's it. Okay, that's it. Right. Right. Let's try one more spin. Let's see what comes up next. So let's say I would have to do 3 spins of the wheel. I can see all the failures there. 200 failures. Ooh. Now, ILS-1 glide slope means I would have to fly localized approach or RNF approach, right? Etc. You get the idea, okay? So again, my offer to you guys, and we'll see how it goes. Can I pay to be a pilot monitoring on such a flight? Oh no, we are all pilot monitoring. Yeah, there is Ghost, but the thing is, it's only working on the right-hand side. Although it should maybe it switches over automatically. Let me try that. Hang on, let me try that. Yeah, I'm intrigued now. Yeah, you can see there's some nasty things. Pitot blocked, MCDU, FMGC, lots and lots of things. Right, 1 glide slope, here it is. Alright, let's see. So if I press LS, yeah, you see, there's no switch over. And so I would have the option to let my first officer land, which I guess I could say I'm now the first officer. And then I would put my viewpoint to the other side, if I'm allowed to do that. If not, I would have to do a different approach, right? Good, I'm going to go start my descent here. Level 200 initially. And then I'm going to put this to below. And let's prepare for the approach. Because it could be a bit spicy. Oh, and I am using Active Sky. So I'm not using Microsoft Weather, I'm using Active Sky Weather. So hopefully we get the correct... Oh yeah. Yeah, the only thing is the only aircraft that allows that is the TOLIS, right? I'm not sure about any other add-ons or shared flight things that allow you to synchronize failures between the two parties. I'm already seeing you guys thinking up some great scenarios, right? Hey Senshai, good evening. Senshai, yeah, the installation I think worked. So Senshai, thanks for all the hard work that you've done with the app, and I've not noticed any problems. So it looks to be working now. Hey forward, gute wie geht's dir? Happy New Year. Good, let's check the ATIS. We have information Foxtrot 1820 UTC. Zulu 09, as expected. Transition level is 70. I'm already going to enter that into the MCDU here. Do we have approach? No, we only have tower. Okay, disregard. We don't have approach, so only tower. Okay. So 08020, 3,002 meters missed, clouds few 500, scattered 1800, -4995, trend, wind 120, gust 30. So it is windy today. And look at that, moderate snow. So tempo is not actual, it's temporary. We have to be expecting moderate snow, and then clouds broke for 500 feet. Okay. So I'm going to assume runway wet, which means condition code 5. Runway 09 Bremen. We have no failures. We'll use auto brake medium. Flat full. Auto thrust off. And then idle low reverse. And that gives us a factored LDR of 1800 meters. So we have about 200 meters stop margin. Really? So IRL, Ryanair is holding level 200 over Bremen. Oh, wow. I'm wondering then, why? Is it like runway conditions? And that's a shame that we don't get these infos on the ATIS here. I would love to find out the braking coefficients. It doesn't say it anywhere. That's a shame. SDR's also holding level 100 at Bremen. Hey, Easy Mark. Good evening to you. Happy New Year. Okay, guys, so you can see weather radars now painting lots of returns. So let's prepare. So order medium, we did say. And then let's check the approach plate for the... Oh, before we do that, let me check that we have a good valid plan B. We have extra fuel, so we can, if need be, go somewhere else. That's Hanover. That's our alternate airport. Hanover Zulu. Radar vectors 9 left. Light snow 6 kilometers. Now, we can land there. We can land there, right? But it does have some threats. So light snow contamination is definitely a threat. What does it mean? It means that I'm going to give myself a little bit more buffer. So on the EDDB page, where we have the final time here, which is normally 30 minutes at the alternate airport, I'm going to increase that to 45 minutes. Okay. It's just 45, I think. No. Do I have to... I'm just wondering if I put the fuel value in. There we go. So, that means now the final fuel at Hanover has to be 1.5, which would mean that we're going to have a little bit less holding fuel at Bremen now. Yeah, we could check... we could definitely check also Hamburg, no doubt. So let's go weather request Hamburg, Meta, send. Oh, thanks, Avimar. Come okay, but temporary wind 90, 20 gust 30, which means 0.5 or 1.5. Both of them have crosswind. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that either. So that's also threats. Right. So right now, let's continue down level 80. Descent thrust idle out blue 80. So for me now, I'm gonna go and say that we're gonna stick with Hanover as the alternate, but we've increased the final reserve fuel to give us a bit more buffer. And why is that? Well, in these conditions, you usually have a lot more traffic diverting, or ATC is a lot busier, right? So if you only have 30 minutes remaining fuel at the alternate, and if you are at any time seeing and noticing that you're going to be below final reserve fuel for landing, potentially you're going to have to call in Mayday fuel, right? So to avoid the Mayday call, I give myself a bit more fuel as a buffer, right? Because Mayday means stressful approach, right? And hence I have the luxury of let's get some speed brakes out here. bit fast. I have the luxury of additional fuel, so that's why I'm increasing that. Good, let's go and have a look at the approach plate here. Runway 09. So here's Bremen Zulu 09. And we're going to be arriving on a standard approach. So on the star, we're going to fly a transition. That's the Verit 09 transition here. And we're currently at Delta Whiskey 400, okay? So then we're going to go to Pixar 410.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to
412, 420, Ibuti. And from Ibuti, we're going to go onto the approach. Oh my god.
Hope you are healthy again. Hey all and a happy new year.
Thanks for asking. I'm feeling a bit better, but not fully recovered yet. I still have a sore throat. And a bit of a cough still. But okay, and flying Fabian. Hello Fabian, wie geht's? Yeah, probably ignores the tempo, yeah. Oh, thank you very much. So the RW, so runway coefficient code is 5 in Bremen, I assume. Cool, thanks for the information. And Daniel, thanks for the 40 months. Daniel, vielen Dank. And Happy New Year to you as well. 195 aircrafts arriving in Frankfurt. Well, we're going to need some fuel, I guess. Okay. Good. Let's descend 4,000 feet. The altimeter is going to be... Hold on. What was the ATIS? It said... Arrival... 995. Temperature is -4, I believe. Yep, -4. And the wind will leave at steady component 080 at 20. What does it mean? It means we're going to have a little bit higher approach speed, right? It's more than 50 knots headwind component. So now entering the wind, you can see we have 6 knots additional, not 5. Not much difference, but they're good. Good. So on the arrival to Ibuti, we've briefed, and then the final approach Ibuti out of, and we're going to have to think about cold temperature correction in a minute. Out of 3,000, and the minimum is going to be 220 plus additional. We'll check that in a second. A lot of stuff to do right now. But, oh yeah, there we go. Speed brakes back in. Right, and here we have Fabian's fantastic calculator. Elevation is 14 feet. Ground temperature -4. Initial approach fix 3,000. Final approach fix 1280. Let's say. Oh, sorry, that's the final approach 3,000. 3,000. 3,000. Initially, we don't have. Descent altitude is 218. So 213. And flight path angle, let's say 3. Go around is up to 3,000. Bremen traffic, Lufthansa 74 Whiskies on the Verit 09 Bravo transition. Inbound Delta Whiskey 412. Descending initially 3,000 feet in Bremen. Right, gradient 2.5, and then that's all. So, the only thing I'm really interested right now is the corrected MDA. So I'm going to put in 230. Okay, the rest is not really going to be an issue because the MSA here is very low. So if you wanted to, of course, you could correct that. but the 3000 corrected would be about 3,300, okay? So we talk about 300 feet difference because of the cold temperature and the error that our altimeter has, right? Now, if you're flying at 3000 indicated, our true altitude would be 2,700. We would be 300 feet lower. But 2,700 is still 600 feet above the minimum safe altitude. So I'm going to leave that at 3,000. I'm not going to change that. I'm not going to correct that 3,000. Means that we're going to be a little bit lower. And we're going to be intercepting the glide slope a little bit later. And the thing is that we have a physical glide slope, right? So once we intercept the glide slope, we are going to be on the correct profile, right? Yes, Calum, we demonstrated that last year on several streams. Have a look at the stream going to Rovaniemi that we did. Good. Missed approach, straight out to Hotel in the Gulf NDB, which I'll enter into the RATNAV page. EDDF. And then right turn back to Bremen VOR, climb 3000. So let me put in Bravo Mike November in here as well. Bravo Mike November. And I'm going to have to put a bit more speed brakes out. We're a bit high. I may have to extend a bit downwind. Although we should be alright. Right, 3000 alt blue. Special threats, cold temperature, weather is, you could say, has some risks, some threats. ILS is identified. India, Bravo, Romeo, Echo. Checklist. Oops. Approach checklist. Barrow ref 995 set 3 times. Seatbelts on. Minimum bar row 230 feet. Auto brake medium. Engine mode selector is normal. And that's the approach checklist complete. Gonna dial in the tower frequency, which is Bremen. Wow, so many sectors online. Blimey. 2330. Bremen traffic, Lufthansa 74 Whiskey, space for the ILS Zulu 09 in Bremen. Yeah, glide slope's coming in nicely. Flaps 1, speed is checked. Flaps 1. I'm going to go select the speed. And I'm going to press the approach button. So we have glide slope blue, lock blue, cat 3, dual autopilot 1+2, and now we have lock star. Speed brake still out. No, there's a little overshoot. Yeah, Oldenburg is a bit further. I think it's Delmenhorst on the left. Although that looks like Oldenburg, you're right. Yeah, that's Oldenburg, you're right. A bit further out.
Foxtrot Charlie and November, stand 05.
Speed brakes, back in. And that's Gandakasee here. And that's that huge tower. Radio tower. Let's go. Flaps. No, let's stay here at Flaps 1. Home Tower Moin, the Lufthansa 74 Whiskey is getting established at 15 miles, ILS Zulu 09.
Lufthansa 74 Whiskey, Bremen Tower, hello.
Good. So 30 knots headwind.
Lufthansa 320 FM.
Let's go vertical speed. Speed, vertical speed. 1,000 feet to go. Alright. think we've done all the preparations. Just need to land. Right, regarding flares, the braking coefficient is 5. I have 200 meters buffer, and then theoretically we have another 300 meters of runway, which we would normally not be allowed to enter, but in case of emergency, I mean, I would enter it. And so I'm going to give myself the 200 meters you know, flare if I need it. I don't have to slam the aircraft down that hard. Alt star. Yeah, but I shouldn't flare for too long. That's the idea. Oh, Divilius. Okay, that's nice. Sister lives in Bremen. Cool. Excellent. Right. Here we go. Glide stops live. Flaps 2. Speed checked. Flaps 2. Speed is managed. There we go. And we have cabin ready. Glide slope star 3000.
74 Whiskey, wind through 80 degrees, 20 knots, gusting 30 knots, runway 09, clear to land.
Let's copy it, clear to land 09, Lufthansa 74 Whiskey. So 20 gust 30. But it's headwind, so we'll see how that goes. I'm going to go manual thrust here. Manual flight. Gear down. One thing we should notice is that when the radial altimeter comes alive, there should be a 300 feet difference.
2,500.
It's checked. And here comes a bit of turbulence. Flaps 3, speed checked. Flaps 3. Flaps 4, speed checked. Spoilers armed. And let me dial up the sounds a bit again. There you go. Yep. Bit ballooning. And the ground speed mini will add a bit more speed increase to counteract these gusts. So what it's doing is trying to keep a kind of a steady ground speed. So it's trying to keep a steady energy component over the ground. That's the idea behind it. Right, landing checklist. EKM, we're landing no blue. Checklist complete. We're clear to land. And then let me have a look. Let's do that. Yeah, I mean, although it's not 300 feet here, that's my bad. It's not 300 feet difference right now because we're not that far above the ground anymore. So it's a percentage of the height. But yeah, it has a little bit of difference, like 50, 60 feet maybe difference, which is not much now, but it's noticeable. The ceiling just changed. Oh my god. Now the weather conditions, it feels like
1,000.
It's checked. Now it's getting a bit worse. Interesting. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm not. Oh my god. I'm not really experienced that much with active sky. But I don't like the fact, even though I have deactivated it. Lol. Okay, it's got a lot worse now. That is a bit weird. Yeah, but that's more like it. I mean, that's more like the conditions I would have expected. Or maybe we just entered a shower, snow shower, I don't know.
Lima Romeo Oscar Papa via Hamburg to Mike departure, flight plan route, climb to altitude 4000 feet, squawk 1000. Via to Lima Mike, feedback correct.
Hundred above.
Runway inside.
Hearing 7279.
Continue.
Tower, hello, information got correct. Startup approved, cleared Hamburg via Visa 1 Mike departure, flight plan route, climb to altitude 4000 feet, squawk 1343.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard. 5.
Hearing 7279.
Speed brakes.
Now
Reverse
that's
the green.
how pros do it.
And we have decel. And landing brakes. Okay, can't overpower the brakes. Or the brake off. We'll close the reverser. Brake action was good, as expected. Take the next taxiway. Disarm the spoilers. Here's Echo. Well, there's a bit of snow here, yeah. On the edges. But I guess that's Microsoft. You can see a bit of snow in the grass. But it's not how it looks like IRL right now.
Lufthansa 74 Whiskey, taxi to stand 16 via Foxtrot Charlie and November.
Foxtrot Charlie November stand 16, I think you said, for Lufthansa 74 Whiskey.
Lufthansa 74 Whiskey, correct stand 16.
Thank you. So let me just get my chart out here.
For all stations, the tower will be back shortly.
Servus und auf Wiedersehen. We against landed here at our destination. Please keep seated.
Let's
With
get
your seatbelt on. Reach the final parking station.
Pedro, that is from VATSIM. It's called VATSIM. It's a script. It's just for streaming.
Please double check your seat pockets that you do not forget.
Hey, yeah, exactly. Thanks, Mark, for the info there.
The entire crew, Lufthansa and Starlines would like to say goodbye to you. It was a pleasure fast having you aboard today, and we hope to see you soon on one of our flights.
So 1.6 is an external parking spot. So I'm going to get GSX in here to show me where I need to go. Now here's so Foxtrot Charlie. So this is a hotel. I'm not allowed in there. I have to go to Charlie. Ramp. Next page. 16. Follow me. Yes. How real is the Phoenix? In what regard? In what regard? Systems or flight feel? Yes, FI wave, that's a good idea. Let me switch off the weather right now. I'm gonna switch off active sky. Here's the follow me. Oh, that's why there's a lot of traffic and wow. G650. Jesus. Okay. Whew, that's right, come on, show me the way.
To altitude 4000 feet, squawk 1000.
Oh, come on. GSX, like seriously.
Lufthansa 33 Echo, feedback correct. Hearing 7279, we'll clear off the
we'll find it ourselves.
320 parking right to left, pushback improved, facing northwest.
Beautiful. That's a great scenery. Love the lighting on that. Look at that. So cool. Good. 13, 14, 15, 16.
Bremen Tower, Moin, Condor 29er,
Yeah, he's gone.
10 miles out, established ILS Zulu 09er.
Condor 29er, Bremen Tower, hello,
Good,
wind 08 20 knots, gusting 30 knots, runway 09er, clear to land.
APU,
Clear to
radar.
land 09er, Condor 29er.
Right, there's 16. Can barely see him then. Oh. That off as well. APU starting, and then one more thing to do is the radar PWS after landing. Checklist complete. Right. The lighting looks great. Love it. There you go. Brake set. Oh, flaps. I think it's BMW, yeah. I think that's the one I've installed, yeah. Got to retract the flaps. Too much to do. Yeah, let me switch off Active Sky. I'm a bit wondering about Active Sky here. So Active Sky is now closing, and I'm going to put live weather in here. And look at that. Here we have snow, and it's snowing. It's Bremen, Echo Delta Delta Whiskey. Right, APU is available. Flaps are up. Engines are going off. Beacon off. Seatbelts off. APU bleed on.
Boarding requested.
Let's get the dome light on. And then transponder TCAS on off. And let's read a checklist. Parking checklist. We have parking brakes on chock. Parking brake is set. Engines off and fuel pumps, as always, off. So parking check is complete. Well, welcome to Bremen. I don't know.
Passengers bus is
I can't explain why Active Sky is having these issues. People tell me, "Hey, MAN, nice to see you, MAN." And yes, Happy New Year. Yeah, I guess you've been on holiday or something. Yeah, you haven't been on Discord for a while yet. So I wrote you a private message on Discord, MAN. But great to see you here, MAN. I hope you had a great Christmas. Happy New Year to you. Wie geht's? No, so I mean, the FENIX, they've done a great job in simulating the Flabberwise system. But right now, there's still things missing here in the simulator itself. Talked about inertia, aerodynamic simulation, but overall I'm enjoying it. So, and then the visuals, obviously.
87 months of best sim edutainment. Time to renew my promise. You stream and I'll subscribe. Smile.
MAN, 87 months. Thank you so much for that, and thanks for subscribing still. And MAN, since you are one of the biggest supporters here as well, you may be interested to hear. I'm offering something now. If you like, so in the future, should you decide to gift or donate, then you can actually choose something for me to do on certain, not every flight, but on certain flights, and I will announce the flights where I'm doing this. And I've made a little app where we can spin a wheel, and that way have the wheel decide on the failure. So it's all the Tour de failures programmed here. And so we can spice up things. You don't have to, right? But that way we can spice things up a bit on dedicated flights and yeah. MAN, yeah, I know, right? So I know things will get crazy. And that's why we're not doing it today, because my voice, so when I'm explaining a lot and I have to do these long procedures, I don't think my voice would hold through. But yeah, I thought you liked the idea. Which do I prefer, FENIX or TOLUS? At the moment, I would say FENIX. Hey Ghost, no worries. There's always been an on demand. And Ghost, thanks for saying hello. Thanks for being here on the first flight. Take care, stay safe, have a great weekend. The TOLUS, so when it comes to the whole fly-by-wire system, the TOLUS beats the FENIX in my opinion. But overall, you know, regarding visuals, sounds, system fidelity, then FENIX clearly is better, no doubt, right? Good, let me get my flight plan going. And somebody just told me on the flight here to Bremen that there was like almost 200 aircraft inbound to Frankfurt right now. Crazy, and we have to de-ice the aircraft, by the way. It's snowing. $214. Oh my god. Yeah, I'll do that. Stephen, yeah, we'll do that. Thanks for the reminder, yeah. And before I forget, I'll do it right now. Now, we will talk about de-icing again. I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but there we go. TAA. Let's have a look at the global rendering stuff. 110, 125. Yeah, that should work. Oh, that reminds me.
Passenger's bus is coming.
Yeah. One thing I'm just not really sure about is yeah, let me do and it looks weird now. You can't see it, but it's got 75 FPS right now with TAA mode. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to activate max frame rate. I know it says 30, but on my display, it actually gives me 60. And you can see that's panning around. It is 60 FPS. So hopefully with G-Sync, not G-Sync, VSync, it should be a bit smoother. Hopefully, we'll see. Yeah, MAN, exactly. We're going to Frankfurt, joining the Frankfurt Crazy Friday event, and we've got to hurry up. So let me get my flight plan really quickly going.
Passengers, the boarding.
So we have dashboard. We go for a Bremen Frankfurt edit. MAN joining, fantastic. Always happy to see you along. So this time we call 32 Foxtrot, Bremen Frankfurt. And is that still what's happening here? Departure at 19. Let's do 2000 UTC. Apply. And extra fuel, guys. How much extra fuel? 45 minutes or an hour? Nah, 45 minutes. No risk, no fun. Yeah, they won't take more than that. Stuttgart is the alternate. Gust 23, light rain. Whoa, that was close. What aircraft was that? I mean, GG. He knew exactly that he's going to miss me by that much. Hey, happy week. Beethoven, hello to you. Happy New Year. Yeah, we got Blizzard Ops today, here in Bremen at least. Right. And we have to update GSX, but not now. Good, I'm gonna validate prefile VATSIM. And then we have to re-log on, level 190. Yep, that's normal. Fire the flat plan. And let's have a look. Our call sign is Lufthansa 32 Foxtrot. Right. Disconnect. Connect. 32 Foxtrot. Connect, and we're back. Cool. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and my flights. Hold on. There we go. Let's. What do I have to do? Init. That's it. Init. MCDU. Atsu. AOC menu. Init. Oh. Init data request. There we go. Now we got the right flight plan. Excellent. Cool. So let's how do I hang on? How do I get this to oh it says it, import next flight. Hey Bruno, happy new year. Good. Quick turnaround. Ground services, mass and balance. I'm gonna go load the aircraft, but boarding only. So we're going to load the fuel instantly.
Are on their way.
So we already have the fuel, 6.7 tons. And then init requests. Quick preparations. So we talk about a bit about de-icing, what we face. And I was saying on the departure, just prior to departure in Munich, I was saying that I got up this morning here because I live just south of Bremen. And I knew that there's going to be a lot of snow coming in today. So I wanted to see what's happening. And then yeah, I could see lots of snow, etc. And then I was wondering, because it was windy as well, right? And I was wondering, because I knew that we have a Munich flights departing and Frankfurt flight departing, if those aircraft, those flights would be on time, right? Now, interestingly enough, the Munich flight, and it was snowing, so they had to de-ice the aircraft. Now, what I don't know is, I don't know what fluid type they have. If they have type 2 or even if they have type 4. I would assume they have type 4 in Bremen. The last time I de-iced here in Bremen, 2-3 years back, they did have type 4, so the green fluid. But it's not a brand type fluid, meaning you have to use the standard holdover time values. And the thing is, the question is, with a strong wind, what kind of holdover time would you choose, right? And the thing is that you only get a note in our documents saying that you should consider the effect of strong wind on the holdover time. However, there is no formula. There's no way to calculate how much, let's say 30 knots of wind, how much that has an effect on your holdover time for type 4 fluid, let's say. So the difficult thing is to determine how much holdover time you have, right? I also know in Bremen de-icing is done on the parking stand. Meaning, you have to, first of all, de-ice the aircraft, so get all of the snow off the aircraft. Once the aircraft is clean of the snow, you then have to put that protective layer. So it's a two-step procedure, and you have to put the protective layer Type 4 onto the aircraft. Yeah, they don't have many de-icing units, exactly. Which is already a problem, right? And so, is that ground? No. Yeah, so you have to take that into account because your holdover time starts the moment that you start the anti-icing process. So the second step. Now, depending on the conditions and what they have to anti-ice, so assuming they would do wings, stabilizer, and the rudder, it takes about 15-20 minutes. And then you have to push back. You have to start the engines. You have to taxi out. Maybe the taxiway is slippery, right? All takes time. But the Munich flight did depart. So that was interesting. Now, and pretty much on time. I think they're only like 10 minutes late, if at all. The thing is, the Lufthansa flight to Frankfurt, that was actually delayed by about an hour. Right? And I can only assume it had to do with the de-icing process. Maybe the de-icing trucks had to fill up again. I don't know. For whatever reason, that flight was delayed. Now, again, you have certain tables, and I'll show you another table in a minute regarding how we determine the type of concentrate or the type of snow density or the precipitation rate.
Boarding requested.
And so there's a way to calculate that. But again, regarding wind and snow drift, blowing snow, and then we have to engine. Oh yeah, guys, remember, you have to remind me. We have to engine run up at the runway, on the runway, because we will get engine icing for sure, 100%. I don't want to be caught out again. Good. Looks like passengers are boarding.
Passengers bus is coming.
Okay. It does look cold, doesn't it? Right. Anyways, so view the weather in Frankfurt. Well, let's start here. Right now, the latest weather at 1920 UTC. That was about 20 minutes ago. 23 knots. 2,100 meters visibility, -4, and no snow at the moment, but temporary 4.5 kilometers visibility with snowfall. Frankfurt, +4 degrees. Town cumulus, few only, light rain shower, and for the forecast, rain and a bit more wind. So we may have a bit crosswind, runway 25, but nothing major. Stuttgart, light rain, 4 degrees. Bit wind as well. Maybe some snow rain, but nothing major. No major snowfall there until next morning. So I can accept Stuttgart as the alternate. I'm going to go with 25 right. Let's have a look here. Where's my 25 right? Let's do 25 right. Zulu initially. It's going to be the Debbie... No, the Kerex 5 Alpha. Kerex 5 Alpha. And we approach via Delta Fox 426. Does that make sense? Yep. It does make sense. Coming from the north. Transition. Alright, let's insert that here. Excellent. Flight directors on. We have 260 miles on the flight plan. It says 259. Perfect. We have Stuttgart as the alternate, expecting 58.8 zero fuel weight. Block fuel is 6.7. 6.7, and the alternate fuel required is 1.2 tons for Stuttgart. 1.2 is inserted. Let me load the wind data quickly. Wind request. Okay, so I mean, secondary flight plan. Yeah, we'll go through that in a minute. I'll show you what the procedure would look like here in Bremen. So we have NEDP 2 for normal departure, which is thrust reduction and acceleration in 1020 feet. The engine out, runway 09, is in 1600 feet. That's for the acceleration. And it says track 086. 25 miles to hold if needed. Right, secondary flight plan. Copy active. Then choose one of those waypoints. It doesn't matter which one. I'm going to choose Delta Whiskey 091. Then on the right hand side it says new destination. There I'll enter Bremen for a return. Arrival Zulu 09, and then no star and no via.
Passenger's bus is coming.
Right, that gives me a extended center line. Right, so we get radar vectors and return back to Bremen.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber.
That's all we need to do. We don't need to execute anything.
Subscribers, please
We just
make
enter
your
that.
way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks,
Hey, Captain
snacks,
Mitchell,
and
how are you?
light entertainment will be served.
Now for my extended center line to help me track outbound, I'm going to put...
Hey Black Box Smile,
Hey.
long time no see.
Indeed.
How are you doing? I hope well. How's the snowstorm been up in the north for you?
It's been blizzardy, so we had literally a blizzard. It's still going on right now. Very cold, lots of snow, lots of snowdrift. But yeah, I mean, you know, for people in Canada or US, you would just, you know, you'd say, what are I talking about? Right? It's a nothing burger, right? No big deal, right? So, but yeah. It was for me, you know, it's been a while until, you know, and since the last time we had you know, that kind of winter weather. Yeah, so easy mark, good question, right? Why am I entering a return to Bremen? You know, you would ask, isn't Hanover or Hamburg better? Potentially yes. However, why are we entering things into the secondary flight plan now? Why don't we wait until we make a decision where to go? What's the point of it, right? That's the question. And the answer is, exactly, if you have a, let's say we're taking off, bird strike, engine failure, engine fire, fire can't be extinguished. Now we're under extreme time pressure. Do we have time to go to Hanover or Hamburg? No, we want to land as soon as possible. Hence, so what we're entering here is not the most suitable airport. It is the airport that gets us down quickest. In case of a quick return with a single engine, let's say, right? Any other failure that gives us time to make our decision gives us time to program the MCD again, right? So that's the idea with the secondary flight plan, really. Yeah, that's true. Canadians will be wearing shorts in these weather conditions, right? Good. Let's see. Do we have the load sheet? Yes, we do. So load sheet, preliminary. No, I want to have the final load sheet. Here it is. So 58.8. 58.8. Put that in here. Second page. 58.8 and oops. 8. and and the CG of 31.6. 31.6. There it is. And then we can enter that also into the aircraft loaded. Fantastic. Takeoff calculator. Now, runway condition. We have snowfall, yes, but as long as the contaminates on the runway are not more than 3 millimeters, we are assuming always wet runway. Right? Only when the contaminants like snow, slush gets more than 3 millimeter, then we start entering contamination calculations. So right now wet is fine. Here's the final load sheet, 65.2. Let's check that. Yep, it's correct. Anti-ice, oh yes please. I'm even going to go engine and wing anti-ice, because after liftoff, and remember, on the ground we don't need wing anti-ice. On the ground we only need engine anti-ice, because on the ground we've de-iced, so we have the protective layer of de-icing fluid on our wings, stabilizer, rudder, to protect us from the snowfall. When we take off, that fluid slowly gets blown off the aircraft. So by the time, theoretically, by the time we lift off, we have a clean wing. The fluid has gone off and no snow is clinging to the airframe, right? But once we're airborne, there's no more protection, right? The protective layer of the fluid has gone. So then we have to switch on the wing anti-ice, which takes a lot of bleed air from the engine compressor. Hence the power will be less. So the power output, thrust output will be less. That's why we have to calculate today with engine and wing anti-ice off, on. PAX off, yes. Absolutely. 996 it says. Let me put that again, 995, just in case it goes down a bit. And we'll put -3, a bit warmer. Negative ins. Full length. Calculate. Okay, it depends. So here in most jets, it's heated by hot air, bleed air. Yeah, but on props, you know, ATR -8, it's boots that expand through pneumatic air and blow off the air, the ice that way. So it's a mechanical de-icing, if you like. Now it's giving us flap 3. Which I find a bit excessive. I'm going to go and force flap 2. Flex 53. That's 52. There we go. Let's go flaps 2. 118, 130, 133. Sounds good to me. Send to the MCU. Hey Brennelt. Yeah, the end. So Brennelt, look at the overhead panel here. Right, engine anti-ice. And here's the wing anti-ice button. And the question again, of course, is why don't we switch on the yeah, exactly, British Airways strikes again. Why don't we switch on the wing anti-ice? Let me ask you guys. And Bruno, don't answer, please. I know that you know the answer. But let's see who guesses it. Why don't we use that wing anti-ice button normally on the ground? And I will use it on taxi out to demonstrate what it's doing. Yeah. Exactly. So imagine this. It's the bleed air that goes into those leading edges is very hot. Exactly, Brennel, yeah. So by the way, this part is not de-iced. There is no wing anti-ice here. Only on the 3 outboard slats is where you have wing anti-ice in effect, okay? Now, if you're flying through the air and it's cold, you have a cooling airflow around the wing, which prevents overheating of the leading edges. On the ground, you don't. So on the ground, potentially, if you used wing anti-ice for a long time, you could damage the slats. You could overheat and damage the slats with that. All right. That's why on the ground, you don't use wing anti-ice here. Oh no, Easy Mark. No. The thing is, okay. Good question again. Why aren't the inner parts de-iced? So why are these sections not de-iced or anti-iced? So yeah, you're gonna have ice building up here, and it has nothing to do with the exhaust. No. Why do we tolerate ice buildup here, but not here? Here we can accept icing. Here we can't. Nope, Florian, no, it won't get stuck in the engine, no. Nope. Aerodynamics, yes. Look at the cross section here. Look at the wing area, or the thickness of the wing root here. Look how much airfoil you have here. Same here, there's a lot of airfoil there, right? However, here the wing gets really thin. Right, so this part here is a lot more sensitive to airflow disturbance. Yep. Yeah, wing sweep has a bit to do as well, Mate. Buonasera. Yes, but mainly it has to do with the airfoil cross section. It's a very thin section on the outside, outer parts of the wing. The inner part has a very thick airfoil. So the stall characteristics is such that a little bit of ice will not cause that much disturbance to create an issue regarding the max angle of attack. On the outer part wings it does, and that's why only the outer ones. And again, remember guys, you have to take a lot of bleed air from the compressor to de-ice the wing section. So you know, the less bleed air you have to extract, the better it is for the engine power. Guys, I need to quickly go get my clearance. We need to get going. Bremen Tower is 23.3. Let me check the ATIS real quickly. Bremen, moin. Again, Lufthansa 32 Foxtrot information. Hotel requesting clearance to Frankfurt, please.
Lufthansa 32 Hotel, correction, Lufthansa 32 Foxtrot, Bremen Tower, hello, again, information hotel, correct, startup approved, clear to Frankfurt via Wimpy 1 Mike departure, flight plan route, climb to altitude 4,000 feet, squawk 1,000.
Lufthansa 32 Foxtrot is clear to Frankfurt, runway 09, Wimpy 1 Mike departure, initial climb 4,000 and the squawk 1,000.
Lufthansa 32 Foxtrot, read back correct.
Alright, 4,000 is set in the FCU. Squawk 1,000 is set. So Wimpy 1 Mike as we've entered. Quick briefing. Taxi out. Oh, we need to de-ice as well, right? Lots of things to do. Anyways, so we are going to depart Wimpy 1 Mike 09. Means 086 degrees bearing towards Hotel India Golf, which is still set in the RATNAV, which is good. We're going to fly there to 1.7 Ease. Bravo Mac November. Disregard. 3.2. 3.2 miles. So 3.2 miles, Bravo Mac November. Turn right, 143 degrees track. And then we'll intercept track 175 to Wimkey. So it is a pure RNAV departure. Just checking the MCDU. I'm going to use the overlay. This one is the wrong chart, actually. It's a correct chart per se. But this is not the overlay. This is just the pure raw data SID. Here, if you scroll down a bit more, you'll find these overlay charts, and those are the ones that you're going to have to use. Here it is. So it says RNAV SIT overlay. So per se, it's still using basic navigational aids, but it's programmed with waypoints here. So you can just use the waypoints. It's fine as long as you have the accuracy in the MCDU. So Delta Whiskey 090, 091, 092, and Wimkey, all correct. Initial climb 4000, sector 2100. Initial climb was 4000, no problem, above the sector. And so, yeah, taxi out. Pushback facing facing northwest, and then we taxi ground chart. Where's my Pakistan? Sorry. So we go in November Alpha, and then we have a full length runway 09. We are not allowed to backtrack. This is only for the Airbus Beluga aircraft. We have to take departure out of Alpha. Good. Then let's start the de-icing process, meaning right now there's no precipitation as far as I can see. However, in the forecast it did say we have to expect snowfall. Let's assume that we are going to get I can hear my voice in the background from M8 stream. M8, I don't know how you do it. How can you fly and hear my voice so loud in the background? So let me just show you the weather here. So let's assume we're taxiing out and it's going to get a bit worse with visibility. Right now we have 2,500 meters, right? Let's say it goes down to 1,500 meters. I mean, I can hear my voice when you transmit MAN. I can hear my voice from the stream on through your microphone, and so I'm just wondering how loud is it, and you know if you can, yeah, if it doesn't disturb you. Oh, obviously not, but no, don't worry. I mean, don't worry about it. Don't worry. It's just I did hear it in the background. I'm not sure if the controller hears it or not. So, let's say we're going to get snowfall. And the thing is this, guys. How do we determine snowfall intensity? Okay. Now, for that, we have I'm not sure if every airline uses this. Oh, okay. Hang on, Tim. Yeah, I've got the clearance. Yeah, I'll expert. I have to de-ice the aircraft. Oh, let me ask the controller. Lufthansa 32 Foxtrot. We're going to have to de-ice the aircraft, which will take about 15 minutes. Do we have to expect delay for Frankfurt?
Lufthansa 32 Foxtrot, no delay from Bremen.
Perfect, Dankeschön. No delay. There we go. There's the answer. Right. Good. So, it doesn't matter what it says on the METAR regarding the intensity, right? So let's say, for example, like this morning. This is a real-world report from this morning. It said heavy snowfall and the visibility, not the RVR. We're not allowed to use the RVR. Streamer bonus. We're only allowed to use the reported METAR visibility. And this is this, right? If it's at R 09 1500, it means it's a measured visibility through the RVRs, right? So we're not allowed to use that. We have to use the visibility for our determination regarding the precipitation rate. Now it says heavy snow. Now the problem is temperature was -1, heavy snow. If we take heavy snow, -1, no go, right? We wouldn't be allowed to depart because there's no way to de-ice the aircraft that way. Okay. However, we will take the visibility, which is 1,200 meters. Look at the temperature. It's nighttime. Temperature was -1, and it was 1,200 meters. So that gives us this area here, which is amber and has moderate precipitation. Now, with moderate precipitation, we actually do have a holdover time, right? So, if we take our Type 4, let's assume we have Type 4 fluid, which has the longest holdover time. Where's my... Hang on, where's my... Oh, there we are. We can see for Type 4, right? And right now we have -4, so we have to go use this table here. But let's assume we have snowfall, right? Snowfall, and it's moderate, okay? So we have to take the lower value. The higher value for the protection time, it's on my Discord in the subscriber channel, Harry. So that is for light precipitation. That is for moderate precipitation, that time, okay? You can now see what I meant regarding holdover time. So in these conditions, -4 with moderate snowfall, we only have 20 minutes at 100% concentration, 20 minutes holdover time with this fluid. And again, this time starts the moment you start de-ice the aircraft, anti-ice the aircraft. So you would be hard pressed to be able to do a whole procedure with de-icing, start up the engines, push back, you know, taxi out, and take off within 20 minutes. That's almost impossible. Hence, and I've had that happen to me, IRL, I had to say, you know, we only had Type 2 back then, Type 2 fluid, which only gave me like, you know, 15 minutes holdover time. I said, it doesn't make sense. If you de-ice me at the runway. Okay, MAN, fantastic. Dankeschön. That's really kind. Dankeschön. You know, you can de-ice the aircraft at the runway, like in Munich, let's say. Then okay, then you can make it. But otherwise you can't. So I couldn't depart. I had to wait for for the snowfall to get better, to get less, in order to get out. Anyways, let's read the first checklist, and we'll do that with the cockpit preparation checklist. Gear pins covers removed. Fuel quantity 6,640 kilograms, all balanced. Seatbelts on. ADIRS, nav, and the Baro Ref 996 checks. Cockpit preparation checklist complete.
Bremen, Lufthansa 351 Alpha, Info India, requesting clearance to Frankfurt.
Nice. Good. Now, let me try to see if I can de-ice the aircraft now.
Guten Abend, Information India, correct startup approved, clear to Frankfurt via Wimpy 1 Mike departure, flight plan route, climb to altitude 4,000.
Request the ice.
Lufthansa 351 Alpha, cleared Frankfurt, Wimpy 1 Mike departure, initial climb 4,000 feet, squawk 1,000.
Lufthansa 351 Alpha, read back correct.
Let me have a look. Oh my god, where's the de-icing procedure here? Let's see. It should be supplementary procedure. I've not noted down the... Right, let me see. Alright, anyways, we can do it differently. We can do procedure manual. Let's do it this way. Supplementary.
Confirm, aircraft is ready for treatment.
Not yet, not yet, not yet. Hold on. De-icing on ground. There we go. 88. 88. Good. Before fluid spraying. Communication ground cube is established. De-icing type 4, 100%.
We begin treatment now and observe fluid type 1.
Now I'm going to do that by heart.
100%. I will call you back when ready.
Right, so APU bleed off, engine bleeds off, packs can move on. Now ditching push button on. Make sure that we get the valve closed for the icing. That's the important thing, right? So that was auto, bleed off, engine 1, engine 2 bleed off, APU bleed is off, ditching push button on. Right. Thrust levers idle while power or engines are not running, so that's fine, and then aircraft ready. Really quickly, now this is the procedure, you have that available. I'm pretty sure the FENIX has it as well somewhere. Yeah, Harry, I'm not sure. Are you a member on YouTube? Because again, it's just for members and subscribers. So subscribers on Twitch and members on YouTube. I'm sorry. It's just something. I don't want to have these documents float around the internet freely. So that's why it's that's the thing. That's why it's a bit of a goodie for the members. Right, let's see. Let's see how they're doing it.
De-icing and anti-icing completed, and de-icing code is fluid type 1. Concentration at 100%.
Cool.
I'm disconnecting. Good day.
Good. So Peter settings were checked by the ground crew here. Ground equipment is removed. De-icing report received and sent. It's for the company. Right, ditching push button off. Is off. Then we have outflow valve check open. Here's the outflow valve. It's opening. Fantastic. Next page, at least 1 minute after completion, engine 1 bleed on, engine 2 bleed on. Now the engines aren't running, so I can switch them on now. And that is just to wait for the excess fluid to drip off the aircraft, so that it's not ingested through the engines and then goes through the bleed system into the cabin. That's the idea behind that. Now, for the APU bleed, it's 5 minutes. Right?
Hearings 1 for Tango, Squawk 1000.
And the reason for that is that the APU inlet is here for the bleed.
Hearings 1 for Tango, pushback approved, facing north.
Is below here.
Pushback approved.
And so a lot of fluid is running down here, right? So that's why you have more time, or you have to wait more time to allow the fluid, the excess fluid, to drip down before you use the APU bleed. And that has to do with the location of the APU bleed positioning. Oh no! Oh god.
Due to icing conditions,
oh, okay, disregard.
please stand by for engine start.
I just thought the APU went down, but it's because they pulled the yeah, I keep forgetting. Switch on the beacon, GSX pulls the external power. But we're fine.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
Right, let's do the rest of the items here. Good. Okay, that's that. Now, why am I still having a dashed line? There we go. That's good.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Let's read the before start checklist. Parking brake is set. Takeoff speed thrust 118, 130, 133, flex 52. Windows doors closed. Closed. And the beacon is on. That's the before start checklist complete.
Condor 9 Charlie Echo. Condor 9 Charlie Echo, no pushback required. This is taxi output.
Yeah, Avimar, exactly.
Oh, fantastic. So we're already cleared for engine start. We start of engines now. Tornado.
And Bremen Tower. Die Lufthansa 3 to Foxtrot stand 16 requesting push to start.
Lufthansa 3 to Foxtrot, no pushback required on the stand, this is a taxi outbound stand.
Oh, that's copied. I see now. Thank you much, Lufthansa 3 to Foxtrot. Of course, it is a taxi app. So let's restart GSX. There we go. Good. Now it's been 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes almost. Let's say it's been 5 minutes, okay? Just so that we expedite a bit the. What's a favorite airport? I don't have a single favorite airport. There's lots of airports that I like. That are interesting and beautiful to land on. Just waiting for the cross-speed valve. There it is to open. Got the pressure. Checklist has been completed. Fuel pumps are on. Let's start engine 1.
Cabin crew, all doors in flight.
The worst, Paris, Charles de Gaulle, and sometimes Amsterdam. Amsterdam depends on the landing or departing runway.
Tower ranks 1 for Tango, request taxi.
Bearings 1 for Tango, taxi to holding point runway 09, Hawaii, November in Alpha.
Right.
Holding point 09, Hawaii, November in Alpha. Okay, you're running 1 for
Schnallen Sie sich jetzt an und ziehen Sie Ihren Sicherheitsgurt fest. Gemeinsam mit meinem Team wünsche ich Ihnen einen angenehmen Flug an Bord. The guests
Meine 76 Romeo Charlie, Plane Tower Hello, continue approach number 2.
On this flight, and together with my crew, it's my pleasure to
Good. Right now, we don't seem to have snowfall. Okay, so our holdover time is obviously longer because we can now say
you're welcome to use lighter devices such as mobile phones or tablets in flight.
That we only have active frost. Okay. So there's no precipitation, just active frost, -4 degrees. So then we could go look at frost, -4, -14, and we have 12 hours holdover time with Type 4. Okay. So just in case you're wondering, no problem there. When you have contamination on the taxiways, I would wait with the flaps until we're at the runway. Now we don't have any contamination here, so I'll go flaps 2 already. Do the rest of the items here.
We will now show you how your seatbelt is fastened and unfastened.
And also the flight control check. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudder. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Right. All clear signal has been given. So we'll read the after start checklist. Anti-ice. Oh yeah, engine anti-ice obviously goes on immediately to avoid icing of the engine. Then ECAM status checked, clean, pitch trim is down 0.3. Run it from neutral.
Push approved, tail northwest. Lufthansa 35 von Alpha.
Bearings 1 for Tango, keep it holding, 080 degrees 1 under north, runway 09er, clear for takeoff. Bye.
09er, clear to take off your wings 1 for Tango, thank you.
Lufthansa 3 to Foxtrot requesting taxi.
Lufthansa 3 to Foxtrot, taxi to holding point runway 09er via Sierra in Alpha.
Sierra Alpha holding point 09, Lufthansa 3 to Foxtrot.
They are marked accordingly and illuminated strips on the floor will guide you to these exits. Remember that the nearest exit.
So Sierra is the one ahead of us, and then Alpha. Alright, clear left side, clear right side.
Charlie Echo request taxi.
Condor 9er Charlie Echo, taxi to holding point runway 09 Sierra in Alpha.
Holding point runway 09er via Sierra in Alpha. Condor 9er Charlie Echo.
Condor 9er Charlie Echo, give way Airbus 320 on your right hand side.
So
That's copy. Giving way to the Lufthansa A320 on my right hand, Condor minus Charlie Echo.
The wait with the brake check until we are straight and level here. Well, that's a tight apron here. Good. Brake check.
Runway 76 Romeo Charlie, wind 08,
Yeah, we wait for buildings.
runway 09, clear to land.
It's runway 09, Ryanair 76
Have radar PWS on. Auto brake max. Waiting for the cabin ready. And again, we have to do the engine run-up procedure. So for the ice shedding. The problem is right now, if the apron is wet, which it is,
Tower, your ring
and it's very cold,